is good, everybody? It is your girl Nia, the video game her, and this is gonna be just a chill live vlog. Since I got a little bit of time during the break, I decided to come on and kind of talk to y'all, man. Talk to y'all and you know what I'm saying, catch up with y'all. I got a couple of topics that I kind of do want to talk about. But this video, this live stream is not just to talk about what I want to talk about. It's to talk about this stuff with y'all and really kind of interact with y'all. So first and foremost, man, shout outs to Terrence C and Ken. These boys showed up as soon as I went live. Notification squad, let's go. And shout outs to Ludwig Von Gaming for that $10. Yo, Ludwig Von Gaming says, hey girl, how you doing? Thank you, man. Thank you for that. Thank you so much for that, man. That's crazy, y'all. Showing love already, and I just started going live, man. That's what's up. Let's see. The map Grace. Oh, Grace Dauntless, that's me. Grace Dauntless Jones. Shout outs to me and Grace Dauntless Jones, my character in Dauntless. And yes, shout outs to that donation, man. Shout outs to that donation. So, man, I just got a couple of things that's kind of been on my mind. Yeah, them Steam sales, though. That $10 is definitely going to go to them Steam sales, my boy. It's definitely going to go to that, man. But so, the first thing that I was kind of thinking about, man, is like the Nintendo Switch has had a great 2017. I mean, Nintendo's been smashing it, man, in 2018. Like, they came out in March. Nobody really thought that the Switch was going to do a whole lot in March because, you know, that's not really one of the, it's not really one of the targeted time frames that people usually, you know, release consoles. Usually people release consoles during the holidays, man, because that's when people got money, they willing to spend that bread. And for the Nintendo Switch to come out in March and pretty much been dominating the sales charts ever since March is unbelievable. I think that people are really starting to see now that Nintendo's niche has always been handheld. Like, even when Nintendo's console side of things have always kind of faltered and fell through the cracks, Nintendo's handheld side has always been the side that has garnered the most interest from gamers and just normal consumers alike. So, you know, they smashed it out of the park with freaking bringing out Zelda at launch. Then, you know, they gave a little bit of a window for Capcom and freaking Microsoft Studios to do their thing with Minecraft, and then, you know, that's when all the other games started coming out, like Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, which still sold a lot, even though it sold a lot on Wii U. It continues to sell a lot. People just love Mario Kart. You know what I'm saying? New IP came out with ARMS, which actually sold very well. I don't really know how the community is doing. I don't really know how if people stuck around or not, because ARMS is one of those weird games, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's a fighter, but it's not a traditional fighter, and it's fun, but it's only fun to a certain demographic of people because of the nature of the game. You know, it's not a traditional fighter, and a lot of people ain't really rocking with that. Sometimes I do wonder how ARMS would have gone how ARMS would have went if it was like a legit traditional fighter, because the fighting, like the fighters, the actual character designs are like out of control. Like, the character designs in ARMS is some of the best character designs, I think, in games, even if the gameplay side of ARMS is kind of hit or miss. Let's see, 2017 went fast and not many celebs died this year. Yeah, 2017 is going by mad fast, yo. I seriously think I might pick up a Switch in 2018 on 50-50. I feel you, man. I feel you. There's still a lot of things that the Switch has not addressed yet, that I really do hope they address in 2018. Shout outs to the homie Marquise up in here, the homie Bonquise. Shout outs to him, man. Bro, the day Nintendo confirmed Smash, I die of hype. Yeah, I think Smash is definitely coming. Sakurai can cry all he wants about not making a new Smash, but y'all know Smash is coming, man. Smash is coming, dog. I didn't tell you I'm so mean. This question is very important. How's life been? Life has been good, man. Work. Like work consumes my life, like low key. But I love my job. For those of you guys who don't know, if you don't follow me on Twitter, my full-time job is I'm a reading specialist at my job. I help children who are below reading level for their grade and their age to get on par with their peers. So that is my job. And then my part-time job, I work at a women's shelter for women who have been battered and abused. So yeah, that's what I do. That's what I do. Let's see what else. Arms isn't really, yeah, Arms is not that popular. Like, it sold a lot because, you know, it's a new IP from Nintendo. It's a new IP from Nintendo, so it sold a lot and it garnered a lot of interest because people trust Nintendo. They trust Nintendo to make a good game. But the community, man, I don't really know if the community is there. I don't play online, so I don't know if the community is there or not. But they continue to update Arms. I will give them credit. They continue to update Arms, and they continue to talk about it. They continue to put that in people's minds, like, hey, this game exists. Here's a new update. They're even kind of doing their own versions of kind of like Splatfest, so to speak. I think they're having an event right now. Don't quote me on that though, but I thought I saw something that they were having an event. Let's see. I really didn't like Arms. I feel the same way about Arms that I feel about other fighters. They're fun for a little bit. They're fun for casual play. But then after that, I'm kind of done with it. You know what I'm saying? I feel like if Arms had a little bit more to do, like some kind of like story mode, like a campaign or something like that, that's more than what the Grand Prix is, I probably would have played it a little bit more than what I did. But I'm not really a fighter, man. Like, that's not really me as far as games are concerned. I'm not really that big up in the fighting games. Like, I will go and play Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat, because I grew up with those games. I grew up with Street Fighter and Mortal Kombat, so I'm always down to play Mortal Kombat or Street Fighter because, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I grew up on, you know? Like, this is nostalgia. So I will go back and play those on like a very casual level, but I don't really get deep into them like that. I'm not really that type of gamer, man. It's just not me. Let's see. What are y'all saying? I want a new Luigi's Mansion game. I don't care if it's a remake or the first one. The last Luigi's Mansion, New Moon on 3DS, did very well. I could see them doing another Luigi's Mansion. I feel like at this point for Nintendo, everything is on the table. Since their 2017 was so like big, like they had a mainline Mario, mainline Zelda, they had a new IP that came out this year. Splatoon is a relatively new IP and it still has a lot of excitement around it. That came out this year. Xenoblade Chronicles 2, probably one of the biggest RPGs for Nintendo, is coming out this year. Like, they've had a really good year, man. So I feel like after 2017 is over with, 2018 and beyond come, everything is on the table, man. That's what it feels like. It's like they pretty much blew their load. I don't want to say they blew their load because we don't really know what was coming yet, but they did a lot. Like, they had some heavy hitters this year, and everything is on the table in 2018 and beyond. And I don't know if there's ever gonna be a year where Nintendo can top their 2017. Like, I feel like the only thing that they could really do is just, you know, of course, continue to bring great games, but I don't know if there's a game that they could make that will top Zelda or top Mario Odyssey. Like, I know that Metroid Prime 4 is coming, but like, how can they top Zelda? Like, the biggest Zelda they've ever made, the biggest Mario they've ever made. How can they top that? You know, like, I'm really interested to see what they're gonna do in the coming months and in the next year. Yes, Ford, I will be talking about Punisher, yo. Punisher is tight. Punisher is really tight. Daniel Motion said, "What's up? How you doing?" I'm doing good, man. What's good with you? What is the situation with your work? Yo, the work stalker. Okay. So the work stalker, I low key feel like she saw my last stream, or the stream where I was talking about her, because like she chilled considerably after I gave y'all that little rant. Like she chilled out so hard, body. I don't know, maybe work just got hectic. You know, maybe she didn't see my stream. Maybe she just got busy. So she chilled, but she chilled a lot. And she don't even work there no more, man. Like, I don't know what happened with her, but she resigned. Actually, she resigned like last week. It's crazy. It's kind of out of nowhere she resigned. These braids right now, bro. I had to do some with my Miss Steely braids, y'all. I had to do some with my Miss Steely braids, so I decided to put a little beads on them and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Let's see. You have a huge heart. It shows your profession choices. Shout out to you for building up our future, bro. I feel like I have a big heart, but I don't know, man. I feel like this is just it's what I do, man. It's what I like to do, man. It's what I like to do. I like helping and cheering, man. Our children are our future. And you know, we live in this age right now where everybody wants to crap on the youth. Talk about how trash the youth are, but nobody wants to have a hand in helping our youth become who we say we want them to be. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like a lot of people, we don't really give our kids credit. My kids, even though my kids struggle with their reading level and stuff like that, like my kids are some of the smartest kids. Like they have the most heart, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like I work with some great kids, and a lot of the time I feel like they get overlooked. Yeah, I'm getting emotional talking about my kids, bro. But I feel like a lot of the time they feel overlooked because reading is everything, bro. And like literacy is really, really important to me. Especially as a black woman, man. Like a lot of our kids, like our Latino kids and black kids, bro, a lot of them struggle, man. A lot of them struggle, bro. And a lot of them get lost in the cracks. So I'm just happy that if I can do anything to help my kids get on that level. And you know, like my kids are in 3rd and 4th grade. That's the grade level that I work with. And when you go from like kindergarten to like 2nd grade, at that point you're still like learning to read. You're learning the fundamentals of language. But when you get in like 3rd and 4th grade, it ramps up. So it's like it's so easy for kids at their age to get lost in the cracks, bro. And reading is everything. Like if you can't read, you can't do nothing. You can't do math, you can't do science, you can't do a lot of things in life. So I take my job serious, bro. And then at the women's shelter, a lot of those stories are real heartbreaking, but seeing the end result like is everything. It's everything. Seeing those women come out of those tough situations and then eventually move on to be independent and be able to support their families, bro. Like stuff like that, bro. It tugs at my heart. I didn't mean to get emotional, Terrence, man, but you brought it out, bro. You brought it out. I love what I do, man. I'm not really a sentimental person though. That's the crazy thing. Like I'm not really like a sentimental person like that. You know what I'm saying? I have a really hard time, you know, expressing my feelings and my emotions and stuff like that. But I like the work that I do, and it does make me feel, it makes me feel good to do what I do. Anyway, let's talk about games and geek culture, y'all. I'm getting too emotional, bro. All right, so Ford says, I'd rather fight people online than the CPU in ARMS. The CPU is too damn smart. They know where to move before you. That's true. The CPU in ARMS is crazy. Like I was fighting with Masango. Shout out to Masango, the new character in ARMS. I love him. The Aztec warrior. He's like a spiritual guide. I love him. I was fighting with Masango a couple of days ago when the update came out, and that CPU is too smart, bro. Especially what's the name? Freaking Min Min. Her computer like her computer algorithm is smart as hell, bro. Daniel Motion said, I tried out the Switch already, but honestly, most games look better in portable mode. Low-res games like Doom don't look so good. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Like, I feel like with the Switch, it's pretty much the appeal of the Switch is not really, it's not really the horsepower behind it. It's more like the option. Like, y'all know I work 2 jobs, right? So on the weekend, when I'm working my weekend shift, my 12-hour shifts, I get so much gaming in, man. Like, I get so much gaming in. It's crazy. Like, if it wasn't for the Switch, I would not be able to play as much as I play. And that's just me being real about it. And I didn't really think about how big the portable factor was gonna play a part into my lifestyle, because like I told y'all, I have a 3DS. 3DS is my first handheld console. I never was really interested in handheld gaming until the 3DS, because, you know, that's when they announced Kid Icarus. I was like, yo, Kid Icarus is back? I gotta get me a 3DS, dog. So I got me a 3DS for Kid Icarus, and I liked my 3DS, man. I had a lot of fun with it for a little bit. Then after a while, it just got whacked. It just got whacked, man. Shout out to Patrick's Raider for the host. Go check out Patrick's Raider TV on Twitch, man. He's a homie from Canada, bro. Hilarious guy, good heart, man. So if you're on Twitch, man, go ahead and give that homie a follow. He's the boy, okay? But yeah, man, and like it was kind of a wrap for me after a while with the 3DS, because the 3DS to me is not really the best console to hold. It's not really the best console to handle, and that circle pad wasn't doing it for me. So I kind of got over the 3DS about like a year, 2 years in. But the 3DS has always had good games. Like, I'm gonna give y'all an example. Metroid Samus Returns just came out like some weeks ago? Like, no, September, my bad. Came out September. Great game, but I can't play on the 3DS like that no more, dog. Like, I wish that Samus Returns was on the Switch, because with the Switch, I could play this joint in tabletop mode and use this joint right here. This real controller right here. I could feel something in my hands, you know what I'm saying? Like, to me, that's the game changer for me in the Switch. So, let's see. What y'all saying in the chat, man? BRB going to play Animal Crossing Pocket Camp. I actually downloaded that last night. Shout outs to Stunt 101 for coming through. Shout outs to Ludwig Von Gaming for the $5. Ludwig right now, bro. My Steam wish list is looking real nice right now with that extra money, boy. Shout outs to you. No, I did not finish Samus Returns, Ludwig Von Gaming. I did not finish Samus Returns because, like I was just saying, I can't rock with a 3DS like that, man. Handheld gaming, I realized with the 3DS that handheld gaming is not for me. But I can play handheld gaming if I could play it like the Switch, where I could use a regular controller and just use the Switch as like a little screen. I can do that. That's serviceable for me. I think that Stalker was a serial killer. Y'all are tripping. Talking about that lady made her quit, bro. Don't say that. Bro. That's messed up. No, I think some real stuff was happening in her life, bro. Like, I don't get it, people. I don't get it, people business like that. So I don't know why she quit, but she ain't there no more, man. She's a good person, man. She was a good person. She was just one of those people that tried way too hard to make friends. And me, I'm an introvert. People who come on mad strong scare me. Like, low key, that it legit scares me. Like, I can't handle that type of personality. Like, you have to kind of ease up on me. You know what I'm saying? Like, be cool with me and let it build up. But don't try to be like my best friend on day one and be all up in my business. Like, I don't really rock with people like that. Thanks for a few tears, man. I didn't try to give y'all the tears, man. I get emotional when I talk about my work, because the kids that I work with are awesome, man. But people throw them to the wayside because they can't read, bro. And that busts me up inside. It really does. But I got some good teachers, though. I tell you that. The teachers that I have, they're teachers. I'm not a teacher. I'm just a person who helps and intervenes with their reading and stuff. But their teachers are awesome. I will say that. So I'm glad that they do currently have teachers that love them and care about their growth. Like, I got a great team. I love you for who you are. Cool, real, humble, and super gamer. Shout outs to you, always big homie. Shout outs to you, Terrence, man. I appreciate the love. You shower me with love every time, bro. Every time you come to the stream, you shower me with love, and it is highly appreciated, and I recognize you, bro. I recognize all of y'all, man. I recognize all of y'all. BRB, for real, this time my puppies are crying. I'm on Thanksgiving break too, Ludwig. Let's go. Thanksgiving break, what's up? Shout outs to Patrick's again for the Maple Raid. I love it. Splatoon 2 update tomorrow. I'm hyped. You know what? One of the most simple things is coming to Splatoon 2 tomorrow, bro. And this really shouldn't even have been a problem from jump. So Splatoon 2 is getting a new mode, like that blitz ball looking thing, which actually looks pretty tight. I will be playing that with friends, because you will probably be able to do that in like private games and stuff like that. So they're getting a new mode. They're getting new hairstyles. Well, some of them look pretty dope, man. I like the mohawk. I think I'm gonna rock the mohawk. They're getting a new stage, I think, or maybe a couple new stages. I don't know. And I think they're also getting a new stage for Salmon Run, which is hype because I love Salmon Run. And one of the updates that I'm looking the most forward to, which is crazy right now that I even got to say this in 2017, you can change your gear. You can change your gear in the lobby. Instead of having to back out, then change your gear, then go back into a game. Bro, the fact that wasn't there at launch is crazy to me, dog. Like, that's crazy to me. How you don't have this feature at launch, bro? And Splatoon needs a lobby system. That's what they should have put in there, man. An actual lobby system to where you can stay on the same team with your friends. Splatoon, I love Splatoon, but they got a lot of problems, and a lot of it is Nintendo's problems with online, bro. Just gotta keep it real. Man. Anyway, I'm looking forward to the update. Shout out to the 19 people watching me right now. Y'all the real MVPs. Patrick's, what's good? Hey, just wondering, does Karen Docs have a Cox? What the freak is that? I have no idea what you're talking about. Finish that Metroid, girl. I don't know, man. They gonna have to bring Metroid Samus Returns to Switch for me to finish that joint. I'll finish it at some point, but I'll tell you this. I'm really not in a rush to play it on 3DS again, man. AM2R for free, so you're good. Yeah, I have it too. I have it on my PC. At least you showed Metroid some support. Yeah. I gotta support Metroid, man. So Metroid is one of those games that has the weirdest like fan base around it. It has the weirdest sense of I don't want to say nostalgia. It has the weirdest sense of fandom. That's what I'm trying to say. It has the weirdest sense of fandom around it. It's one of those games that it's one of the most revered, one of the most heralded franchises that Nintendo has. Like, there's even a freaking genre named for Metroid and Castlevania, Metroidvania. You know what I'm saying? Like, Metroid is one of those franchises that is so big, but yet it never sells to its potential. I mean, Samus Returns did really well in the sales wise, it sold really well, but it doesn't sell as well as you would think it would based on the praise that the franchise gets, which is crazy to me. Like, it's mad crazy to me. I guess there is high hopes for Nintendo not pushing in the loot boxes, bro. The way I feel about it, the way that they do some of their amiibo stuff in some of their games, bro, I wouldn't be surprised if Nintendo decided to do some loot boxes, and that's me keeping it 100%. I don't look past none of these game companies, bro. I don't look past none of them, bro. They all are capable of doing some foul, shady stuff, and that's real. No matter how much you love a company, they're all susceptible to greed and wanting to have more money, and you can't look past none of these companies, bro. You can't look past none of them. Not even Nintendo. Not Sony, not Microsoft, nobody. What's good, that hip? Happy Thanksgiving, that hip, because y'all ain't gonna hear from me tomorrow. I'm gonna be with my family. My daughter is in 3rd grade, and I have her read every day. Good for you, Daniel. A lot of people really don't understand, like, having books in the house alone is a huge step to literacy in children. Even if it's simple reading, like reading your grocery list at home, or simple reading, like having your kid read directions when y'all are making macaroni and cheese or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Simple stuff like that, bro. Literacy is so important in children, bro. Never underestimate how important those skills are for kids, because reading is everything. If you can't read, you can't write, you can't spell, you can't do math problems, you can't do science, you can't drive. You know what I'm saying? Like, reading is everything. Reading is everything. Yeah, that's the main thing that made me mad about Splatoon 2. Yeah, Prime. Yeah. Preparing for work. I'm Canadian. My Thanksgiving was last month. Yeah, I know Patrick's. Shout outs to Pat, man. I hear you. I'm not a handheld person as well. Metroid doesn't sell because most casual gamers aren't into games that slow of progression system that much backtracking. Tried to convince several people to give it a chance. See, Reed, that is 100% right. That is 100% right. The nature of Metroid does not mesh well with the casual perception of what games should be in this age and era. A lot of people ain't rocking with Metroid because it's hard, and there's a learning curve, and there's a lot of mental gymnastics that coincides with the way that you do things in Metroid, and a lot of people ain't really rocking with that, man. Like, if they made Metroid more like Halo, I think it would appeal to more people. And I love Halo. That's not a knock at Halo, but Halo is very straightforward. You know what I'm saying? Whereas Metroid is really not so straightforward a lot of the time. A lot of puzzle solving, a lot of traversal, a lot of exploration, and all that stuff. Yeah, I see a lot of people are banding together in at the government level about loot boxes and basically comparing it to gambling, which I feel like is valid, because to a degree it is gambling. You're wasting your money on a chance at something, just like gambling, just like going to a slot machine. Yeah, F the FCC. They trying to bring this net neutrality stuff back. This stuff keeps coming back. It won't go away, man. We gotta let people know that this is not cool. Not cool, man. Not cool. I love reading the mac and cheese box. Freaking Pat, dog. What is your most played game on the Switch? Oh, freak. My most played game on the Switch, hands down, The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. I went crazy on that game when that game came out. I got so many hours, like over 100 some hours in Zelda. I think that if I keep at it, though, Splatoon is real close, because I play a lot of Salmon Run, or I played a lot of Salmon Run for a while during the summertime. We need a Metroid that takes place after Fusion. Too many interludes. Yeah, they need to just go ahead and wrap it up, man. Because, you know, freaking Metroid Prime was kind of like a off story. It was like a side story. They need to go ahead and get back into the main storyline. See, casual gamers want their handhelds all the time. Metroid doesn't meet the standards of the casual fan base. That's true. That's very true. That's very true. That's what Federation Force was, though. Kind of a simplified. You know what? I'm gonna keep it real with y'all about Metroid Federation Force, man. Metroid Federation Force would have been way more appealing if it just had the Metroid Prime art style the same way Metroid Prime Hunters had. And if it was on a console, I think it would have had more of a chance if it was like on the Wii U, or if they had just waited to put it on like the Switch, and it looked like Metroid Prime Hunters. It would have done a lot better. I think a lot of people would have overlooked the fact that it was mostly co-op, and it wasn't a traditional Metroid with Samus, if it at least looked like the regular Metroid art style. A lot of people really wasn't rocking with that chibi nonsense, because at that point you could tell they were really trying to casualize it and target it towards like that fan base that likes to turn off their brain and just play a game online. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think a lot of A lot of the reason why Federation Force didn't do well, it wasn't because it was online and because it was co-op. It was because the way it looked. It just looked like trash. And a lot of the reason why I was a rocker with it is because of how it looked, and because you could obviously tell they were trying to pander to a particular fan base. I wasn't rocking with it, man. It wasn't even the fact that it didn't have Samus. I was okay with the fact that it didn't have Samus, because I actually like the Federation Force troopers. I like the Federation Force. Like, I rock with them. Just how it looked and just how they were marketing it, it just wasn't right. It just didn't feel right. How would you feel about Metroid Prime Trilogy HD for the Switch to get people up to speed with Metroid? And also, would you get Metroid Prime Amiibo? I would be very okay with a Metroid Prime Trilogy HD. I think a Metroid Prime Trilogy HD would help it would help the wait to Metroid Prime 4. And I would be down for it, man. Yeah, let's make it happen. Why not? And yes, I would get Metroid Prime Amiibo. I'm such a hypocrite when it comes down to Amiibo, yo. Like, when they first announced Amiibo some years ago, I was so mad at them for announcing Amiibo, because at that time, the Wii U had mad game droughts. And, those game droughts had me in my feelings. And I was like, bro, they focusing on toys. They need to be bringing out these games. And I was really mad at Nintendo at that point. But now that Nintendo's bringing the games, I'm warming up to Amiibo. I have 2 Zelda Amiibo that my boyfriend bought me that I was actually going to buy, but he bought them before I could get to them. I have Daruk, and I have Urbosa. I do want to get Rivali. I don't care about Mifa. She was whatever to me. I never built that relationship with her character. I did buy my boyfriend the Metroid Samus Returns Amiibo, the one with Samus is crouching and she's got like her arm cannon like this, and with the squishy Metroid. I do have those. I would totally buy Metroid Prime Amiibo. I would. As long as they keep bringing the games, I would. Mario Rabbids for $30. My only big Switch title I passed on. My boyfriend and I have Mario Rabbids. I really didn't play it though, which is crazy because I like strategy games. Like, those games are right up my alley. Like, I like XCOM, and I like freaking this game that I play on Steam called Atlas Reactor, and The Duelist. I love those games. So I know I would love Mario Rabbids. I just haven't put the time into it. That's all. Also, the Prime games are in the timeline. Other M doesn't exist to me. The only issue I had with Other M was the controls. I don't really like the way they told the story, but I like the fact that they were going in that direction, because I actually do want Metroid to go in that direction. I want them to make Metroid on the same level as Zelda when it comes down to like storytelling and getting us to feel certain characters. Like, I like that. I hope that they do it again. I don't want them to get rid of that. I just hope they do it right next time. That's all. Are you getting any games for Black Friday? I don't know, man. I don't really do Black Friday. Black Friday is way too crazy for me. I usually do Cyber Monday because it's safer. I ain't got to worry about getting trampled, and I can do it from the comfort of my own home. It's one click away on my computer. That's it. Anything that I want. I liked it as a co-op game. It was pretty fire, but as a Metroid game, its only benefit was setting up Prime 4. I didn't really care about the story of Federation Force. I knew that Federation Force wasn't going to be that story. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't mind... How can I say this? I don't mind side games. I don't mind spin-offs. Like, I didn't mind, for example, Triforce Heroes with Zelda. Like, I don't mind stuff like that. What I do mind is when you're trying to appeal to the lowest common denominator on some dumb stuff that's really unnecessary. Like the chibi art style, I wasn't feeling that. The game might be fun, but I wasn't feeling it. It's like you're trying to appeal to like 8-year-olds or something. Like, I wasn't really feeling that. Not for Metroid. Like any other IP, maybe. For Metroid, nah. You gotta respect that franchise. We had a bad game in Other M. And then the next Metroid we see is Federation Force. Wasn't really rocking with that. Now maybe if we knew at that time that Metroid Prime 4 was coming and then they gave us Federation Force, maybe. But I still don't think that I would have bought it. I don't think I would have hated the idea as much, but I still wouldn't have bought it. Isn't the squishy amiibo the same stuff that fake boobs are made of? I don't know, man. I don't know, bro. What kind of question is that? I have no idea. Yeah, you can do online Black Friday stuff. That's true. It's true. I do not play Star Wars Battlefront. I didn't even get the first one. I'm not getting the second one. I just don't care, dog. I'm not a blasphemy alert. I'm not that big of a Star Wars fan to delve into it like that. But I did watch people play the first one, and it actually looks really fun. It looks really fun. But like, I have Battlefield on my computer already, so I'm like, if I want to play a game like that, I'll just play Battlefield. Kind of how I feel. Have you played Horizon? I have not played Horizon yet. That is one game that I do want to play. I do want to play Horizon. Chibi cutesy Metroid is not the move. Also, when are you hopping on another MMO? I need a game. I want to get back into Black Desert Online. I just haven't yet. The thing with me in MMOs is that it's hard in some MMOs because some MMOs you have to play with people. And I don't have like a dedicated squad because I hop around games so much. That I just don't. Like, I have Warframe. I would love to play Warframe, but I don't have a squad, you know? Black Desert Online, I could play Black Desert Online by myself. I just haven't played it in a while. The MMO that I'm currently playing right now is Dauntless, which I love. But sometimes it's kind of hard to play Dauntless because sometimes you need a squad of people to do some of these harder monsters. And sometimes partnering up with randoms is so hit or miss. And it's frustrating. So those of you guys who've ever played Monster Hunter, you know how frustrating it is when you need parts from a monster and then you play with randoms who are completely incompetent. You know, like, it's frustrating. So I need a squad. I can't wait until Dauntless goes free to play so that I can have more people to play with. Like, I need a squad for some of these harder monsters, man. Team Red is going to happen tonight. We didn't do Team Red last night because Coupon had family that came into town for the holiday. I'm not getting Battlefront 2. I have no interest in Battlefront 2 whatsoever. I just play with the character creator like nonstop. I'm an MMO MOBA head. So if you need a squad, see Reed, yes. Don't you have me on Steam? Didn't you have me on Steam? We could definitely squad up on Black Desert, man. Yeah, let's do that. And I know M Prime, shout out to M Prime. He was in here earlier. I don't know if he's still here. He was down to play some Warframe, man. I want to check out that new expansion. I heard the new expansion in Warframe is actually pretty lit. I will definitely like to check that out. Best MMO is World of Warcraft? I never got into World of Warcraft. Never got into World of Warcraft. I'm not into any MMO that requires a sub. I'll put it to y'all like that. I understand that there's benefits to playing a one with a sub because, you know, they pump out content faster because the money's going into it. But I'm not about that monthly sub life for games, bro. That's the reason why I don't play Final Fantasy 14. I got a lot of homies that play Final Fantasy 14, but I am not about to pay a sub to play that game. That's just how I feel. I don't know, man. I can't do that. I can't do it. I think I do have you, see Reed. I think I do have you on Steam. I don't know, man. Let me see. Do I have you? I don't know if I have you on Steam. What do I think about Call of Duty World War II? I don't know because I haven't played it. The last Call of Duty game I ever played was Black Ops 3, which I did like. Yeah, I knew that I had you on Steam. I knew that. I haven't played World War II yet, so I don't have an opinion on it, but I'm not particularly interested, to be honest with you, man. I don't know, man. I'm so satisfied with a lot of the games that I have on Steam. I don't really care. Like if I like shooters, but like I don't have to play a specific kind. Like right now, like games like Dirty Bomb suffices for me. You know, like if I could play Dirty Bomb, I'm okay with not playing Call of Duty or even Black Squad. If I want a Call of Duty feel, I play Black Squad on Steam. And those are free games, and they give me the same fun that I would get from Call of Duty. So y'all know, man, ever since I switched to PC, I've been very frugal. I only get games that I feel very passionately about. Final Fantasy 14 is the devil. Why? Oh, you've seen what it does to people? People get so invested in Final Fantasy 14. We get a Kingdom Hearts HD collection next year. Dirty Bomb is... I wish more people played Dirty Bomb. That game is so slept on. I love Dirty Bomb. Love it. I would get Dauntless 2018 just plays. Terrence, yes! We can be Grace Dauntless Jones together, my bro. Let's do this. Yes. Yes. I love Dauntless. Dauntless is really holding me over for Monster Hunter, yo. I'm still trying to figure out what I'm gonna do about Monster Hunter. Like, I don't know if I want to get Monster Hunter on PlayStation and then also get it on PC, or if I just want to wait for it to come on PC. I don't know. I just love Monster Hunter though, so it's like, freak. I wish they came out on the same day so I wouldn't have to choose. Do you get most of your third party on PC? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I am, for the time being, and it switches up every time something new comes out, but for the time being, I'm strictly on Switch and PC. But sometimes that changes because there was one point in time where I was on like PC and Xbox a lot. So it just kind of depends on what's out at the time. You know what I'm saying? I switch back and forth a lot. What is the most scariest horror game to you? I don't know because I don't rock with horror games. I'm a coward. I can't do it. I would have a heart attack. I would literally have a heart attack. And the jump scares, oh my God. Can't do it. All right, I'm kind of getting off track on my topics. Let me get back on track because I've been talking about nonsense for like 43 minutes. But that's why I'm here, man, so I could chat with y'all, talk to y'all. So yeah, man, Nintendo Switch 2018. I don't know what's gonna be in Nintendo's future, but I question whether or not they can top 2017 because 2017 was so fire, dog. 2017 was so fire. So I don't know, man. I'm looking forward to seeing what Nintendo has in store for 2018 because it can only go up from here. One thing that I really do hope that Nintendo focuses on in 2018 is their infrastructure. Their online infrastructure, that needs to be like they need to drive that home. Because now they want us to pay for it, which I'm already not down for. So yeah, they gotta do it, man. Another thing I want to talk to y'all about was Punisher. Anybody out there watching Punisher, man? I want to talk about Punisher, bro. I've been dying to talk about Punisher, but I don't want to spoil it because a lot of people haven't seen it all yet. Anybody seen Punisher? Anybody? Punisher is tight. That's all I can say, man, without spoiling it. Will Mario Party ever be good again? I don't think so. I don't think Mario Party ever gonna be good again, man. They destroyed their franchise, dog. Mario Party is so trash now. I don't know. I don't know. They don't seem interested in wanting to make Mario Party good again. Really? What is your most anticipated games of 2018? I hope Pokemon is in the Switch 2018. My most anticipated game of 2018. That's a good question. I guess if I gotta be real, Monster Hunter, man. Monster Hunter is hands down my most anticipated game of 2018. Like, it's wrecking my brain that a Capcom game looks this good. You know what I'm saying? Like, Capcom seems like they actually tried. And I'm rocking with it. I'm rocking with what I see. FBI chick of Punisher can get it. Yeah, she's a pretty girl. Punisher and Injustice 2? Why not put him in Marvel vs. Capcom? Why put him in Injustice 2? He's a Marvel character. I mean, he would probably be doper in Injustice because, in my opinion, Injustice looks like the better game, but, you know, whatever. Fire Emblem, Pokemon, Kirby, Yoshi, new Animal Crossing. Well, you know, we're getting a new Fire Emblem next year. I heard that they're trying to get Pokemon up and running on the Switch in 2018 and ready to go. Kirby's going to be tight, Yoshi's going to be tight, but I don't know if they're going to be groundbreaking. Shin Megami Tensei 5 should be dope. No More Heroes should be dope. Octopath Traveler is going to be dope because the demo was dope. But with all of that said, they can't top, like, those games, in my opinion, don't top what we got this year. It just doesn't. It doesn't top. It doesn't top. Oh, you haven't seen Punisher yet, Frig. I wanted to talk to y'all about Punisher. Let me see. Let me put it to y'all like this without spoiling anything, man. All right. So as far as Marvel series that I've seen season 1 of Daredevil. I've seen a couple of episodes of season 2, Daredevil. I don't know why I just had a blank like that. I watched Luke Cage. I watched Iron Fist. I watched The Defenders. In my opinion, Punisher mops all of those shows to me. To me, Daredevil season 1 didn't get lit to like the last 2 episodes where they showed Kingpin and Kingpin was doing his thing. Season 2 I need to finish. I need to finish Daredevil season 2, so I can't comment on season 2. I didn't dislike Iron Fist as much as a lot of people did. But it wasn't the best. But I didn't hate it nearly as much as everybody else did. Luke Cage was good for like half the season, and then like the second half of the season it was garbage to me. It got mad corny like in the middle of the season. But the first half of Luke Cage, tight. I loved it. Second half, nah. No. The show lost me. Okay? After the Cottonmouth arc, the show lost me. It kind of felt like after Cottonmouth, they didn't have much to shout outs to the Black Hokage for coming through. But it felt like after Cottonmouth, they didn't really have a lot of material to go off of, and then the rest of it was kind of lackluster to me. Cottonmouth, his whole arc was just tight. Cottonmouth is the best villain in Marvel. I don't care what nobody say. TV shows, movies, Cottonmouth was that dude. And not only was he that dude, like he was threatening, you felt scared of him, he was a threat to you. But not only was he a threat, he had a purpose, he had a reason, he had a code, and I loved him so much. Shout outs to Mahershala Ali. He killed that role. I loved him. And after that, couldn't do it, man. Couldn't do it. The show got whack. Anyway, let's see. Freak. What was I talking about? The Defenders. The Defenders was okay. It was okay. I don't really think it was that great, to be honest, but it was serviceable. It was enjoyable, for what it was. But I didn't. The first half of Luke Cage was way better than the whole season of the Defenders to me. I'll put it to you like that. I felt Luke Cage a lot more. Maybe because I'm black and I understand a lot of stuff that was going on, and just the kind of the way that the characters interacted with each other, it just kind of hit home for me. Um, but Defenders was alright. It was just alright. But Punisher, Punisher was better than all of them combined, in my opinion. Like, here's the thing with Punisher without spoiling it. Punisher got deep. Like, they added the whole element in Punisher about how the fact that Frank Castle was in the military, and they showed everything that encompasses what it feels like to be a person who was in the military, whose life was invested in these situations where it was either life or death, and they had to make all these questionable decisions, and then having to come home and try to deal with civilian life after you've seen some stuff. Like, that whole dynamic was so, like, the way they did it was so clever and so tight to me. Like, there was a few moments in that series that felt like, bro, I feel that. Like, there was this one episode, I can't tell you because I don't want to spoil it, but there was this one episode, and there was like this metaphor with this one scene with one of the characters, and I was like, bro, that is deep. That was deep. And it's like, a lot of people are gonna miss that, because one of the criticisms that a lot of people gave Punisher was that it was boring. There was too much quiet time. But in my opinion, the quiet time in Punisher versus, for example, Daredevil, it never felt like filler to me. I always felt like the quiet time in the Punisher, it always serviced the story, or it serviced the characters to make you feel where the character was coming from. Dog, Punisher was tight. Punisher had so many dope moments. Like, there was some moments in Punisher where I was like, this scene right here needs to be nominated for an award. Like, tight. Like, all of the allegories, all of the metaphors, just all of the expositions, bro. Tight. Punisher was tight, dog. I wish I could talk about it in detail, but I know a lot of y'all ain't seen it yet. Punisher is tight. And a lot of people came into Punisher thinking that it was going to be all action, Frank Castle just killing dudes. No, it was way deeper than that. It was deep. And I love the characters. The dude who plays Curtis, I love that guy. I love that guy. And you know what? One of the things that me and my boyfriend were talking about with the dude who plays Curtis is that he would be an awesome Jon Stewart. A live action Jon Stewart. He would rock that. Because he's basically Jon Stewart. This character is basically Jon Stewart. Jon Stewart, Green Lantern. That's what I'm talking about. Green Lantern, not the comedian. He would be an amazing Jon Stewart. The dude who plays freaking Billy Russo is fine. I know y'all ain't trying to hear that, but he is fine. Frank Castle, John Bernthal's freaking performance, bro. He is so tight. And he really showed his acting chops, man. He really showed his he showed his acting chops in this show. He is tight, y'all. John Bernthal is tight. Freak. I wish I could talk more. If y'all haven't seen it, go see it. Punisher's tight. It's tight. It's tight. Kilgrave was the best Netflix villain. So, see, I didn't watch Jessica Jones, so I don't know. I honestly had no interest in Jessica Jones. I didn't care to watch it, but I heard it's good. Still laughing at I don't rock with horror games. I'm a coward, dude. Straight up. I should watch The Runaways. I don't know, man. I have no interest in The Runaways, but I do want to see The Gifted, and I do want to see Legion. Punisher was stupid dope. Best of Marvel Netflix series, in my opinion, with Jessica Jones coming in a close second. People keep saying Jessica Jones is tight. I ain't watched that. You gonna watch it tonight? Oh, you're gonna watch Runaways tonight. Man, you love the Punisher that much, I guess. Like, keep it real, yo. Y'all know me. I'm a DC head. You know, I like Marvel too, but I'm a DC head. So coming from a DC head, and for me to talk about Punisher the way I'm talking about it right now, Punisher is tight. Punisher is tight, bro. Go watch Punisher. It is tight. And it blew my mind when I saw that it had mixed reviews. Punisher is tight. So many good moments. So much goodness. Loved it. Yeah, Curtis would be a perfect Jon Stewart, man. Perfect. I love his character too. He fine too. But yeah, let's see. I'm gonna talk about Justice League. I'm gonna talk about Justice League, but I already did a whole video about Justice League, about my thoughts. It's like 2.5 hours, but you know what? It's cool. Y'all go watch that. You know what I'm saying? Maybe when you guys are, if you go on a long trip for the holidays, watch my video about Justice League. I'll give you the whole tea. I tell you the good and the bad. Go watch that. I don't want Idris Elba as Green Lantern, dog. People act like Idris Elba is the only black actor in Hollywood, bro. That drives me crazy. He's not. He's not. There's so many other black actors out there that should be given a chance. Favorite TV show right now? This Is Us. Not a lot of action, but boy, it legit makes me tear up. I never heard of that. I don't know what my favorite TV show is right now, man. I kind of want to feel, I feel kind of like maybe Queen Sugar. Queen Sugar is probably one of my favorite shows on TV. Dang, I wish more of y'all seen Punisher, because now that kind of took away one of my talking points tonight. Punisher is tight. And not only, okay, so I could talk about something else about Punisher that's not a spoiler. The fight choreography in Punisher is tight. Like, the fight choreography in the Punisher is like, it makes the fight choreography in Daredevil look amateur. That's how dope the fight choreography is in Punisher. It's tight. I don't know why Nightbot does that sometimes about that. I don't know. Nightbot be tripping. I don't care about Jessica Jones. Like, I just don't care about her character. And if I don't care about the character, and if I don't care about the setting of a certain show, I'm not gonna watch it. Like, that's just me being real with myself. I know it's good, and I believe you, but I don't care to watch it. Like, I don't care to get invested in that world. Maybe I'm wrong for feeling like that, but that's how I feel. That's how I feel. Team Talk, Team Red is going to be tonight. We didn't do it yesterday because Coupon has family coming into town for the holidays, so they came in yesterday. So we did not do it yesterday. What else y'all want to talk about, man? Because I do want to talk about some stuff with Justice League. I want to see if my homie Bami want to get in here. Let me see where he at, man. What he doing? The villain was great. I felt the same way, but took a chance and was rewarded handsomely. You know what? Maybe one day that I will. Maybe one day I will. No to Michael Jai White is John, because that man cannot act. He cannot act. Michael Jai White is not a great actor. Man can fight, and he's good at certain particular things that he does, but I don't want to see him as Jon Stewart. I'm gonna try to get my homie Bami in here. See if he want to talk about some Justice League, because he got some stuff to say. I know he do. I know he got some stuff to say. All right, I'm gonna get the homie up in here, y'all, real quick. Hold on, let me get my homie up in here. What's good, Matthew? Jessica Jones should be watched just for Kilgrave. He steals the show. All right, man. I might have to check out Jessica Jones, because a lot of y'all are really rocking with Jessica Jones right now. I'm about to give my homie Bami a call. Give me a sec. Hold on real quick. All right. I'm gonna start a call real quick with the homie, cause he's got a lot to say about Justice League. I gotta get him in here, y'all. Hello? Hold on, I can't hear you, dog. Hold up, real quick. I can't hear him. I don't know what's going on with my audio. I'm having some audio issues. Let's see. Hello? Hello? I don't know if it's me or if it's him. Hello? Hello? Black Dynamite. I liked Black Dynamite. Black Dynamite was tight. I did like Black Dynamite. It was tight. Shout outs to Muhammad Alavi for coming in here. Black Keanu Reeves? What? What y'all talking about? Black Keanu Reeves for freaking Jon Stewart? Any spoilers in Justice League talk? If so, I'm out seeing it Thanksgiving. I'm gonna try to avoid spoilers. I'm gonna try. You know what? I don't know, man. I don't know. There might be spoilers, actually. You might want to bounce. Because there might be spoilers. I don't know if he can hear me or not. What's good, Garuda? I'm trying to get my homie up in here, man. Not working so well for me, though. I'm gonna try this again real quick. All right, Havoc. See you tonight for Team Red. Hello?
Okay, yeah.
Hey, he's here! Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Hey! Hold on, let me make sure the stream can hear you. Hold up, real quick. Y'all, can y'all hear my homie?
Yes, can you hear me? I'm here.
Hold on, let me give you a link to the stream.
Exposed.
Okay, so I'm country as hell, so I want to make sure I'm saying your name right. It's Bami, right?
Yeah, Bami, there you go.
All right, got you. You know, I'm from Texas, man. You know what I'm saying? Exposed. The way I talk, it ain't right. All right. Like, just keep it real, bro. I got you. I'm from Texas, bro. I say a lot of things wrong. Like, my boyfriend is Greek, and his last name is Greek. Mm-hmm. And, like, the way I say his name is so... Like, I have like, this Texas drawl when I say his name. He's like, why you say it like that? Like, you know I'm country, dog. You know I'm country, dog. Can y'all hear him? Say something, Bami.
Hello.
Bami. All right, can y'all hear him real good? Like, is he kind of quiet or not? Like, what's going on? Can y'all hear? I'm just going to turn you all the way up, just in case.
All the way up.
Yeah. Let me turn you up, too, because you're kind of low on my end. Hold up. All right, so me and Bami gonna talk about this Justice League right now, dog. Yeah, and I know my homie's got a lot to say, so this is gonna be quite entertaining.
Yes.
All right, so just to kind of get you up to speed, Bami, I don't know if you saw my last stream.
No.
I went to full detail about my thoughts on Justice League, and I came to the conclusion that I liked Justice League, even though I acknowledged that it had a lot of problems. Mm-hmm. And a lot of the problems. Just hold on. Let me make sure because I can barely hear you, and I have you like all the way up on Discord.
Do I need to speak louder? How
Nah,
about that?
you good. It's on my end. It's on my end. All right. So here's what I thought about Justice League. All right. So I know there's a lot of people in the stream right now who hasn't seen Justice League. So just to give y'all the heads up, me and Bami will be talking about Justice League. Full spoilers. So if you ain't seen the movie, get out now. Get out,
please.
Because we will be talking about this movie in full, like it's happening.
Yes.
Okay.
Finally.
So just to give you up to speed on my thoughts on Justice League. All right. So to wrap it up in a nice, pretty bow, here are the things I did not like about Justice League. All right. I did not like the CGI and the green screen. I thought they could have been a lot better.
But what parts though? What parts like really stuck out to you?
That part. We'll get to that. We'll get to that.
Okay.
All right. So the green screen and the CGI, I had a big problem with that. All right. Somebody's free. Hold on, y'all. Real quick. Somebody's at my door. Hold on.
Oh my god, the delivery. Papa John's. So alright, so this is the first time I've been on her stream. She seems like she's really into this stuff. So, wait, who here has seen Justice League though? I'm watching the chat. Don't lie. Oh my god.
Right in here, sir. Thank you. Sorry about that, y'all. So me and Bami, we're gonna talk about this Justice League real quick. All right. So here's the things that I didn't like. Like I mentioned, I didn't like the CGI. I didn't like the green screen. I feel like that could have been done a lot better. I didn't like how it cut a lot. You know what I'm saying? Like you could tell there was a lot of stuff that was missing, that was not explained. All right.
Yeah. Okay.
I didn't like the way that they did Steppenwolf. I feel like they didn't make him foreboding enough. I did not like there was a couple of little things that I didn't like about the characters, but it got better. And I mean like in regards to writing, the way that they were written. And in regards to kind of some of the context of what was going on within the plot line. That's what I didn't like, okay? What I did like was I did like the character interactions. I did like the way that they, for the most part, portrayed the characters. Especially the characters that we have never seen live action before. I thought they did them kind of tight. I did like the end credit scenes, both of them.
Yes.
But for the most part, we're really kind of salvaged the movie for me were the characters and the character interactions. So I will say that. And then overall, I gave the movie a C+ because even though hear me out. Because even though I liked the characters and I liked the character interactions, the technical things were just so jarring to me that I feel like Justice League is one of the most iconic superhero teams in the world, period.
Yeah.
So I feel like a lot of those little issues, the movie didn't deserve those. And I understand the reasons why, because it basically went in a post-production hell, right? You had 2 directors, you had 2 composers, and a lot of the things that they had to do after reshoots was very expedited because they had already set in stone a release date. So I get it. And I did mention that in my review. So that being said, I want you to go ahead and give your perspective of how you felt about Justice League, what you liked, what you didn't like, and all that stuff. And then when we go over all of those, we could talk about what we would like to see in future DCEU movies. Does it sound good?
It sounds excellent. I love it.
All right, let's do it. So Bami's going to go ahead and give his likes, his dislikes, and all that stuff, and what he felt about the movie. Reminder, this is full spoilers. We're not holding back. So if you have not seen Justice League, get off the stream now.
Get out.
All right. Bami, do your thing, bro.
Okay, so here's the thing. I really fucking enjoy it. Can I curse on this thing?
Yeah, you can curse, bro.
I really fucking enjoyed Justice League. I don't care what anybody fucking says. That shit was a fucking blast. Yes, they had some issues, but like what's superhero movie doesn't have issues. I feel like a
Yeah,
lot of people, with exclusion to you, I think you have legit criticisms. I feel like a lot of people are being really nitpicky about
I
Justice League
agree.
because it's a DC movie.
I
I'm
agree.
sorry, because I was in a group, a superhero group, and someone's like, "Well, did you see that the CGI? Like they apparently Henry Cavill had like a mustache for like another movie that he couldn't shave off, so they had this
Yeah,
CGI skin over it.
that's a
Apparently, people
nitpick
noticed
for
that,
real.
and I'm like, how'd you guys? This is during the scene where he's like going at it with Batman. I'm like, two of the greatest superheroes of all time are about to go at it part two, and you guys are concerned about a missing mustache? Are you
Exactly.
fucking kidding me? So it's
Exactly.
stuff like that that really gets on my nerves. But then again, like Nia had just said, there are legitimate criticisms. But for me, I'm gonna be full disclosure. I'm biased towards DC movies. I had a fucking ball.
Yeah.
I knew Superman was coming back, so to see him back in action with the rest of the team was amazing. Speaking of the team, Cyborg was one
Oh,
character I was really worried about because people are not hyped about Cyborg whatsoever.
exactly. That drives me
No one.
crazy, bro.
And they did personally. I mean, I don't know much about Cyborg, but the character that was portrayed, he wasn't goofy. He
Yeah.
wasn't like some kind of like slapstick black guy. He was serious. I liked
Yes, I
him.
loved
I
it.
liked this portrayal. And like
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest, when he said booyah, like he like whispered it, I was like, yes,
I loved
yes.
it.
They at least tried to pay homage to like his like funny nature from like the TV shows and stuff.
Yeah.
So the only issue that I have personally with Justice League is that I miss Hans Zimmer. I really liked his scoring
That
for
score,
Batman.
dog.
Yeah,
That
I miss
score,
the scoring
dog.
for Batman versus Superman, and of course Man of Steel. I mean, Danny Elfman did a good job for what he had, but I don't feel like the soundtrack really stuck with
Thank
me like it did
you.
for
Thanks, you too. Have a happy Thanksgiving. Sorry, Bami.
It's all good. I feel like it didn't stick with me like the soundtracks for Batman vs Superman or Man of Steel
Yeah.
did for me.
That's another thing that I didn't like. I forgot to mention.
The soundtrack, it wasn't that. It
Yeah,
wasn't.
you could
It
tell
wasn't
that
as
it wasn't made for that movie.
yeah. It wasn't as impactful. It didn't leave me with like, oh man, I can't wait to go back and listen to this over and over again. But okay, going off what you said with I love the interactions between each of the characters. I wish I could have seen more. I really
Yeah.
wanted to see more. Like Superman came in towards the tail end of the movie. I really wanted to see him interact with everybody. He didn't
Yeah.
have enough time to do that. That's
Yeah.
the one thing. That's the one thing. I regret them not showing. But up until that point, I love how the characters mesh with one another. They're interesting. I heard some complaints that some people feel like Batman didn't really get to really go off as much.
I don't agree with that,
You don't
bro.
agree? Okay.
I don't agree.
I don't know.
Go
Personally,
ahead.
I gotta say this. I personally, when I saw his ass struggling against one parademon, I was like, yes.
That's what I'm
That's
saying,
that's
bro.
exactly how it would be.
Can we
He was
talk
struggling.
bro? Can we talk about this real quick? All right.
Go ahead.
So I'm gonna piggyback off of what you just said. I ain't gonna be long because I know you got a lot to say. But like one thing that I don't like is how people was like, how is it that Batman is he's getting his bro, people forget that because I'm Batman nonsense is not a thing, bro.
It's not. It doesn't work.
He's still a man. He's
still
a dude with no powers, bro. He's supposed to get wrecked by parademons, bro. He's supposed to get wrecked, bro. That's
he was
supposed
struggling
to
so hard. I was dying. I was like, yes, that's exactly
and I
what
loved
happened.
it.
Yo, when Steppenwolf was like 1v1 me to Wonder Woman, I was like, yes.
And you know
I
she
loved
could take
it.
him. You know
She could take him. But did you realize that Batman was nowhere to be seen whenever Steppenwolf was on the map? He was like, let me just.
He was in the background.
It's the same thing with Doomsday and Batman vs Superman. He knew exactly where to be, far away, because he'd get fucking wrecked.
Because he knows that he's just a man and he has limits, and this is facts. And people be like, how it's like, if you know anything about Batman or the Justice League and whole, you know it's always been like that in the comics, in the animated shows, in the animated movies, because Batman knows his limits. When he knows that he's up against a threat that's way more powerful than him, then he becomes the idea guy. And that's exactly what he did in this movie. I don't see how. Man. But you know how Batman fans are.
Yeah, of course. But when Superman was like, "Do you bleed?" I was like, "Oh,
okay,
get him."
Okay. I'm gonna let you go. I'm not gonna intervene. Go ahead.
Oh yeah. When he said, "Come on, man!" Like after Batman did him dirty in Batman vs Superman, He's like, yo, you didn't let me live, and you won't let me die.
Bro,
I was like,
he's finna wreck his stuff right now, bro.
God.
I loved it. That was tight. Now the "Do you bleed" thing, I thought it was kind of cringy.
I had some people say the same thing too, but for me,
it was in needed. This movie, it was tight. It was tight in this movie.
He tossed his ass aside. Let me ask you a question. What do you think about his contingency plan of having Lois Lane show up? What do you think about that? Was that like he had like that was his thing? Like if Superman had gone wild, he was gonna bring in Lois Lane to stop him.
I thought it made sense.
Yeah, it made sense. Some people were like, "Well, isn't that cutting it really close?" Which I guess makes sense because he could have already killed half the team already before she got there. And I also thought here's one other thing I gotta mention. When she called out his name in front of those two police officers, I was like, "Yo, what are you doing, man?"
I know, right? Like you giving away this dude's identity. Like there was a lot of issues like that. It's like, y'all about y'all secret identities right now?
Yo, stop, Lois, shut up.
Hey, the homie Ant want to come in here. I need to join. Too much disrespectful stuff being said. What you mean being said? What disrespectful stuff is being said about Batman?
Yeah, you can't do him in here.
Because there's no Batman.
There's no time for Batman stands in here. Stop.
There's no time for Batman stands today, friend.
Stop. Come on, man. You saw what happened to him. He was struggling against one parademon for like 5 minutes. I was like, oh my God.
And he knew to go to the background and be the idea guy. He knew this.
Oh my God.
He knew this. All right. So are those your full thoughts on the movie, or you got some more to say?
That's pretty much it. I loved it. I have like a list, a hierarchy. I put it above Avengers 1 in my personal opinion.
And why, which is a good movie. Why would you say that? Like, well, okay. So if you say in comparison to any other superhero movie, what is it that Justice League has to you that the other didn't? Like, what really puts it above?
They have the original pantheon of superheroes. That's enough for me. I'm sorry. Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman. That's it. Like, I'm sorry, but Captain America. No.
I love Captain America and them though. I love those guys.
I do, but like to me, like I said before, I'm biased. Like the Trinity, seeing them on screen again, and this time in a leadership role, it was just too much. It was what I've been wanting to see since I was a kid, and live action. It's too much.
Truth. All right, so the homie Anthony said he want to come in here. This gonna be interesting. He said some disrespectful stuff.
He's gonna come in here and defend Batman. What's he so disrespectful?
What you gotta say, Anthony? Tell us what you gotta say, dog.
Yeah, say it. Come in here getting all booty hurt. You know what happened? We saw the movie. We all saw the same movie.
I'm not a Batman fan, so I don't really care what's being said or not.
Yeah,
y'all already know
Batman, but stop.
Y'all already know where I stand. I'm Green Lantern all day. My boys were not in this movie, so I ain't really got a whole lot to say about that. But
no, I gotta ask you a question. They marketed it for the longest time as Unite the Seven, but then we didn't get a seventh member. Like, I read some stuff about why they cut that marketing out after a while because they didn't want to make the movie too cluttered. But like, they had the cameo of the One Lantern during that flashback, so I'm just like, they said it would have taken away. It would have taken away from Superman's appearance because that should have been like the centerpiece. Superman returning.
You know what?
There you go.
You know what? That's a good theory, man. I don't know, but like they were like, oh well, people were trying to like twist it around, like, well, it was mostly like an Aquaman thing, and Unite the Seven was supposed to be like Unite the Seven Seas or something like that. And I'm
what?
Just like,
That's a stretch. That's a reach.
I don't know.
Oh, what did you think about like the Aquaman scenes? By the way, what did you think about that stuff?
Aquaman.
Oh no. It was one of my favorite parts of the movie. I really like them.
Here's the thing with Aquaman, man.
Oh shit.
I liked Aquaman. But I didn't like how they didn't let Aquaman do Aquaman stuff. Ooh. And they were around water okay, I'll set it up like this. We're talking spoilers, so I'm just letting y'all know we're talking spoilers still. The part when they were in that tunnel that was like right next to the dam. And Steppenwolf had blew a hole inside of that the side, like the wall, and then all of the water came through.
Yes.
We know they were trying to get away on Batman's Nightcrawler to get out of that tunnel. Aquaman came, you know what I'm saying? He jammed the freaking trident into the water to make the pressure from the power of the trident push the water back. Yeah. I feel like after he had done that and given the team enough time to get away, he should have then been underwater with Steppenwolf and just wreck his stuff, bro. Because a lot of people saw that Aquaman and Wonder Woman were obviously the muscle in the movie. Yeah, you know, we all know that Aquaman and Wonder Woman are one of the few people in the league who could punch Superman and he feel it. They strong.
Yeah, they are.
But one thing that people don't understand about Aquaman is that he gets his powers from the water. And like, he's strong on land, but he is a beast in water. And I feel like it's situations like that. I'm talking spoilers, Tony. You might want to dip, bro. What's up, though? But we talking Justice League spoilers right now. I'm letting y'all know. So I feel like they should have showed, like, I don't really feel like they showed what Aquaman could do.
This is true.
You know what I'm saying? Like, they show he's fast on the water. They showed that he's fast on the water, but they didn't show him being a beast. And I feel like even Mera kind of got a little bit, like, we even kind of got a little bit of Mera's power. Because people don't know this. Mera not just a wife to Aquaman. She a beast. She's basically a waterbender. She a beast.
Oh, shit.
You know what I'm saying? So they showed a little bit of her power, but they never once showed.
But he did fight Steppenwolf on the water, though.
Yeah, but it wasn't, like, I don't really feel like they gave us what he could really do.
I agree.
But
in fact, I thought he got beat because Steppenwolf did ram him into that pillar.
That's what I'm saying. Sure. But maybe it's because he still is trying to learn about his Atlantean side and stuff like that. So he's still trying to exercise and see his limits. So I'm gonna give it to them on that, because I mean, we are getting an Aquaman movie next year.
This is true.
I wanted to see Aquaman do more Aquaman stuff.
Yeah, I would have liked to see like him summon a shark or a whale or something. That would have been cool to see.
That's another thing.
Yeah. You're right.
They kept alluding to Aquaman having some kind of connection with fish. Aquaman says, it's not that I could talk to fish, the water does the talking. But not once did we see him summon like a great white or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
stuff like that. Nia, for real though, I would have damage control real fast. All right, you can come in here for a little bit, dog. Don't start no problems. Nah, he's cool. He's not gonna start no problems. He's a cool dude.
Is this? I feel like I know this Anthony though.
6 Mile Redrum. He does like DC stuff too on his channel sometimes.
All right.
I don't think I have you on. I don't think I have you on Discord, Ant. I don't think I have you though. Shout outs to Chrono Katie for blessing the stream. That's my girl too. Y'all go check her out on Twitch. Chrono Katie, check her out.
Okay, so what about the Flash though? People seem to really like the Flash.
I had some issues with the Flash, but it got better.
Oh no.
Bami's just like, oh no, dog, bro. And you know, I'm a DC head, just like you a DC head, but we feel differently about certain stuff. Mm-hmm. Ezra Miller as the Flash, I'm not gonna lie, I came into this movie thinking I was gonna hate Ezra Miller's Flash. Why? But he grew on me. I'll say that. One thing that I can say though is that he's not the Barry I know from the comics, from the animated movies, from the animated series. And the reason why I say he's not the Barry from those, it's not because Ezra Miller has his own quirky style of the way that he's the Flash. It's just his mentality on stuff. Like, the first time we ever see Barry interact with any member of the league is when Bruce went to his house. We're not in a server. We're in a private chat, Anthony. So I would have to add you in here for friends on Discord.
Yeah, friends only, friend.
So, but hold on. Where am I going with this? Oh, yeah. So when he sees Barry at his house, right? So
he was living in a warehouse though.
Yeah, he was like living in like a warehouse or side of a garage, something like that. So when Bruce was like, I want you to join us to do this thing, and he was like, stop. And then Bruce was like, wait, he's like, I need friends. I feel like that was a moment that was there just to be funny. And that's cool. I'm not saying that that's not okay. But Barry Allen as a character wants to help people. He would never join a team just to make friends. Like, of course, that would be like a cool reward for joining a team, but that would never be his sole purpose for joining a team, if that makes sense. Yeah, like he would always be like, I get to help people and I get to make friends. This is awesome. You know? Like something like that. That was a little issue that I had. And then when the one scene when Steppenwolf, hold on, let me see. Anthony's trying to add me. And then the one scene with Steppenwolf when he was like, when Batman was trying to convince him, just save one, you know? That was funny. And it made for good entertainment. But even as inexperienced as Barry is, I don't feel that he would hesitate to help people. No, but
I agree.
It gets better. Like I said, like he comes into his character down the line, it gets better. But I feel like Barry Allen would have never done that. He would have never been that person.
I want to give him the benefit of the doubt and think that because he's a relatively young kid. He's like, he looks like he's in his early 20s, or something like that. And like, think about you being in his position. He's just been confronted by probably the world's greatest detective, and he wants to summon you to join his team of like superpowered beings. Yeah. You're not telling me that you wouldn't act like that. You wouldn't be like super excited.
Yeah, of course.
Like, oh my God, yes, I'm gonna join like Superman and Wonder Woman and blah blah blah. That's the benefit of doubt that I want to give. But you know what? Going back on that, this is something I did neglect to mention before when you asked about how I felt with the film. I mean, I like it as a positive, but they did really try to shoehorn a lot of jokes.
They did, and I was like, why y'all do that?
I think it's because they let the critics and a lot of these fans that don't know anything outside of Marvel get to them.
That's true. You can tell.
It helped them in some situations. Like, I did have a good laugh. I felt like if I want to laugh, I'll go watch like Thor Ragnarok again.
That's what I'm saying.
So,
like, we're gonna talk about that too when we talk about what we want to see them do in the future. Like, we definitely gonna talk about that, because one of the things that I thought that was kind of a problem in like the first half of the movie was the shoehorn jokes, but it did get better as the movie progressed. And I was like, God, please don't. Like, one of the things that I love, like, I love Marvel movies.
Yes,
I think that they have helped make the comic book genre mainstream in the cinematic space, and I love them for that.
Yes, agreed.
That said, one thing that I don't like is the shoehorned nonsense that comes with it. Like, that formula needs to either be leveled out or distributed to certain characters like Ant-Man, because, you know, Ant-Man's a funny character, or they need to switch it up for, I guess that's what I'm trying to say, switch it up for certain people. I don't think it works for everybody. No, it works for Guardians, it works for Ant-Man, it works for Spider-Man. It don't work for everybody.
Yeah, here's an example. A friend of mine and I were having this discussion. He said that part where Barry asks Bruce, what's your superpower? And then Bruce says, I'm rich. My friend was like saying, like, that's something that Batman would never say.
Yeah.
He would just, if anything, the way they could have made it funnier is just have him glare at Barry as the door closed. And I thought to myself, I'm like, that would have been pretty funny if he didn't ask him.
That would have been a Batman thing.
Yeah, he would have just looked at him and like, and then drove off. That would have been it. So yeah, I feel like I'm with you. I absolutely love the Marvel movies. I go to see them every time they come out. And I love what they've done for superhero movies when it comes to the mainstream, but at the same time, because this plays back to how people are so critical of DC films. I feel like they must have felt like they had to put in some kind of like comedic element, or else to be called too dark or grim again.
I hate that, bro. I hate that so much, dog.
That sucks.
I like the fact they were themselves. The only thing that I really wanted for them was just to not be one note, but kind of like balance it out. That's like Wonder Woman did. Wonder Woman. I'm gonna say this, that I'm gonna add you in here, Anthony. Wonder Woman, I feel like, should be the template for the DC films going forward. She wasn't too jokey. She wasn't too serious. It was a good balance of both. And the humor wasn't slapstick. It was conversational humor. That's the way that it should be done, in my opinion.
They need to just have Patty Jenkins like
Patty
direct.
Jenkins needs to be the architect of this thing,
Yeah,
because
they need to just have her direct all the movies going out. That's
straight up. All right, let me see if I can get Anthony in here. Hold on one sec. I don't know if it's gonna kick you out or I don't know what's gonna happen.
We'll see. We'll see.
I've never done this before. All right, so Anthony is gonna get in here, speak his piece. Anthony, yo, Anthony.
After I listened to y'all soliloquy for the last few minutes.
Bro, okay, so you said we were speaking blasphemy, dog. Talk about it. Talk about it.
Let me spit some of this Detroit realism on y'all. First off, I want to blame Kevin Sutahara for having a movie under 2 hours.
Okay.
Second, I want to blame him for writing the Justice League script without seeing the reaction. Batman v Superman, they shot it right after. I thought it should have been shooting like a year or two later. Let's go with that.
Yeah.
And people want to blame Josh Whedon. Listen, Josh came in late in the game when Zach had to step away. He couldn't really do much with the film when everything Gregory gets him. I don't think he should really get any blame. He did what he could. Nextly, I want to say they should have moved the movie back to January. If they knew all this, what happened with Zack Snyder's family, it's in January would have been better. Because after seeing it happen with Thor Ragnarok, how it just killed it. It just killed it. And 2 weeks later, you got what, Star Wars coming out?
Yeah.
They should have moved that out the way.
I heard January is like the dead zone. Like if a movie's gonna fail, they put it in.
But January. If a movie is good, it's still gonna make a lot of money.
People gonna watch it. Sure. But I do think that they should have pushed it back, because there was a lot of issues within the movie, like I mentioned earlier, like a lot of the technical problems with the CG. Like they could have given the editors time to fix all of those little like issues. You know, if they had just bumped the movie back, like I would have been okay if they used Zack Snyder's tragedy as an excuse to push the movie back to at least like maybe even the summertime of next year. I would be okay with that.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah,
because definitely. I feel like the Justice League they are the heroes to me.
Yeah.
Remember, this is coming from like a DC head's perspective. They are the heroes, period, to me. Right. They deserve that extra time. They deserve that extra polish to me. Right. And I feel like it would have been worth it because they are the freaking Justice League. They're worth that.
Yeah.
And for them to try to like rush it out to meet that November deadline, it's like some of the same issues that a lot of video games have. They're trying so hard to push this date that they're not focusing on actually trying to get the game up to snuff. And I feel like the movie went through a similar situation.
Absolutely.
I feel like here's the thing though, you guys. I agree with where you guys are coming from, but here's the thing. Any movement of moving back a date or so would have been perceived negatively by the crowd. You know, people are so they hawk on DC movies.
They should have like did a press release like due to the tragedy of the director's family. They could have exactly. They could have did all that. They could have made that publicly.
I feel like people are so critical that even if with that they'd be like, and I feel like people are just so, when it comes to DC movies, they're so much more critical, and any kind of movement is perceived as negative.
Yeah, like
I see where y'all coming from.
People made a big deal out of Henry Cavill's mustache.
Oh my god, I hate that so
much.
It's not a big deal. And you can see his face a little altered, but it's not like a completely big deal.
It's not like it ruins the movie.
And what else? I feel like when you say about Aquaman, he's not the king yet, so he really don't have the trait that we know to love. He has like a battle trait.
I understand that, but he still has that connection with the water with his body. Like his Atlantean DNA cannot be disputed that he's Atlantean. He should be able to wreck more stuff in water.
So I
don't expect him to be like. I'll say this because I feel like I know where you're going with this. I don't feel like Aquaman should be like this experienced guy already, and this is the first time we've seen him. But I think that the directors or whoever who had control over this did not give him enough time to show what he can do.
Right.
Even if it's something as simple as punching him super hard in the water and making him fly off and doing some crazy stuff. Like, I don't expect him to be in tip-top
shape.
Shape. And, you know, I don't expect that. That's not what I'm saying. When I'm saying, freak, my mama calling me. Why is everybody messing with me today? And I'm live streaming, bro. I'll call my mama back in a little bit. But what I'm saying is, like, you know how they gave Barry that moment to be the Flash when he helped Wonder Woman get her sword back. They never gave Aquaman that chance to show that he's a beast in water. That's what I mean when I say that.
I feel like Ezra Miller as Flash felt like Greg Dustin a little bit.
I don't know about that.
No, let me explain. Because
I don't know about that.
They both felt when the TV show first started, for nerdy, quirky, a little bit. We never really had the Barry and that we know love. Barry acts like an adult in the comics. Maybe a joke here and there, but
he's not. He's more serious.
Yeah, so and I feel like they both feel like Wally West, well, Ezra Miller felt like a Wally West a little bit.
I actually agree with that, yeah.
But he was still good.
Yeah.
Cyborg was surprisingly, I'm not a big Cyborg fan.
I love Cyborg.
In the movie, yeah.
On principle, I like him.
And people was making a big deal about the Amazons and Wonder Woman. I didn't pay attention. I didn't pay attention to what it. They're talking about. Oh, it was a couple shots showing her butts.
They showed everybody's butt.
Yeah, it's like it's not a big deal.
I'm a woman, and I'm 100% down for women's rights. But they nitpick that, and you know why they nitpick.
How are you paying attention?
And do you know what Joss Whedon is? He's one of the biggest feminists in Hollywood. That's great.
But the Vampire Slayer, right there, man.
Yeah, and like when they make the deal when Ezra Miller fell into her like boob cleavage in the movie in the scene, they made a big deal out of that. It was like 1 second. Yep.
Oh my god!
I don't think it was that. They were just trying to showcase how awkward Barry was. That's all that was.
But but it's not the movie. It's people. It was people. The critics and people making a big deal out of it.
Oh
of course.
People.
I'm telling you, they're more
like when it comes to Warner Brothers and DC.
They bring out the whole shebang when it comes down to these movies. And I'm not saying that. And I'm not even saying that Justice League was an A. It wasn't even an A or even a B movie.
I think it's C plus.
That's what I said.
Most.
But
my god!
I enjoyed it. It's still fun to me, you know.
Man.
A plus.
We gonna talk about that. We gonna talk about that though. We gonna talk about that. We gonna talk about it. But
one thing I want to say is I feel like when they actually take their time on scripts, I don't care. I love Man of Steel. You can say I love Man of Steel. I love Wonder Woman.
Amen.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure Aquaman gonna beat when they take their time on scripts.
Aquaman gonna be dope. Aquaman gonna be.
When they just taking their time on Suicide Squad 2 script, like they should have in the first place, I bet that's gonna be a really decent, good movie. When they just need, I know they want to catch up, but they just gotta take their time. I can't wait. I can't wait 2 years for a movie.
Yeah.
I can't Shazam gonna start production in January. Yeah. I can't wait for that. And I'm following the director on Instagram and everything. He's teasing everything.
Yeah, me too.
It's like when DC get that. No, this not a side of Marvel, but DC has all their rights. Yeah. When they get it going, it's gonna be scary for everybody.
Yeah, they gonna wreck it. Whenever they get it together, they gonna wreck it. Let me.
Let's talk.
Go ahead.
Let's talk one thing. I thought, everything was like so smooth for Marvel. You forget Incredible. The first Hulk movie is canon. Iron Man 2. Hell, Iron Man 3. I was pissed off at Iron Man 3.
I like Iron Man 3.
Thor 1 and 2.
Yeah.
I like Thor.
What else? I feel like I'm missing something. Captain America 1. I thought that was trash.
I don't know. I like Captain America 1, but I'm biased because Chris Evans is my husband. Y'all know that.
It was about the week. People talking about Stephen Wolf is like the worst supervillain. No, he's not. No, he's not.
He's not the worst supervillain. He's just on Marvel.
Talking about he worse than Malfoy in Thor: The Dark World. Get the out of here.
Oh, what happened to Abomination from Incredible Hulk? Yeah. Oh, come on.
And like, I feel like we're gonna get one DC movie next year, which is Aquaman, which I'm not bad, but I'm
okay with that too.
Yeah, I just want them to take their time. I can wait. We got a whole other DC stuff coming, like the animated stuff, and like we got all of it. We can wait.
Doomsday Clock just came out today.
Actually, I gotta go pick that up today in a minute. But that's what I wanted to say, man. Like when Superman came back, I got hyped. I'm not really a big
tight.
Superman fan.
Me neither, but that was tight.
I am. Super's my boy.
He's the Superman guy. That's why he's really up on this movie because he's a Superman guy.
People was concerned about Batman being jokey. Like I really didn't mind it because he gonna be serious back when he get his own standalone. It's not people make a big deal about stuff.
Yeah, the reason why I didn't have a problem with Bruce Wayne being jokey is because it's not like his jokes were like slapstick. His jokes are more like
it felt like something Batman or Bruce Wayne would say. Especially
that's what I'm saying. Like he like with a lot of people act like Bruce Wayne is always the serious guy, and he is. But when he makes a joke, it's more like condescending. It's more like a sting. It's not like he's like Barry making jokes, but he does make jokes.
What's that one anime movie Justice League doing when Superman said, "I should push the Earth out the way"? Like if I got a whole 2 weeks, I couldn't list everything wrong with that.
Yeah.
It's just like I'm biased because I like DC more, but it's just like some stuff you just can't let it slide with the bias because Disney's own everything. If you say something bad about Disney property, 9 times out of 10, you're not gonna get anything from them again, like early screenings and stuff like that.
Hold that thought. We're gonna get into this. So we just gave our thoughts about the movie. So the next thing that I wanted to talk about, I wanted to go in and talk about how they could fix the universe in the future. But since it seems like y'all feel so strongly about this, let's go and talk about these critics and how they feel about the movie and whether or not they're justified. Let's talk about that. Anthony, since you were going in, let's let Anthony go first, and then Bami, you go after him.
I want to start with Rotten Tomatoes. Rotten Tomatoes is not a review. They just gather all the reviews up and like get the average score, and they owned by Warner Brothers. So can I start with the Rotten Tomatoes thing?
It's not that Rotten Tomatoes.
Not you. I'm not talking about y'all. I'm just saying in general.
Yeah, we'll talk about it. I don't want to talk over you.
But these critics, they're having too much fun. What the fuck? Like they said they was having too much fun.
They said they were having too much fun?
Yeah, like I had too much fun with the movie. I'm like, what? What?
Wait, that's a criticism?
That's a criticism.
Jesus Christ.
I'm like, Superman's mustache and the CGI thing. I'm like, oh my god.
Oh, that's what you mean. They're having too much fun making fun of it. That's what you mean, right?
That's what they're doing.
Oh, yeah. Come on. That's why I can't take it seriously. Come on.
It's the same thing with video games. Like, you gotta see it for yourself. Because, like Batman Forever, we know Batman Forever and Batman Robin is bad, but those are my childhood. I was born in '94. Those are my childhood Batman. I remember them watching them. And I had the Batman mug from McDonald's. I enjoyed the movies. They might not be good, but I still enjoy them. Yeah. But Justice League is better than a couple Marvel movies to me. And I've seen like a few Marvel movies like the Dark World got like higher ratings than Justice League. I'm looking to myself like, are y'all scared of Disney? Is Disney like Illuminati or something? Like, I know they're probably the richest company in the world, but like, it's just like, man, like, but they just DC's Warner Brothers committed to their universe. I like that. They just gotta take their time a little bit, but I feel like the next couple of years, this is what they're doing though.
All right, so basically, what you're saying is you don't feel like the critics and all that stuff is justifiable.
Given a fair shake, yeah.
Okay, Bami, go ahead, give your thoughts, man.
All right, first off, I have to disagree with my man here. I'm one of those people that really hates Rotten Tomatoes, like right now, or for the past couple of years, because I know it's an aggregator of all the pay reviews that are out there, but I feel like there are just too many sheeple who don't pay attention and watch things for themselves. They depend on these critics, and these critics, like you just said, they have fun poking fun at DC movies. Like, it's just not fair. And I personally, Man of Steel is my favorite movie of all time, and that's been panned by a ton of critics for absolutely no reason. So I'm
too
not
much destruction.
Like, too much. I mean, are you serious? My man was up against 3 aliens. He did
and come on. He's been doing this for like 24 hours.
Come on. And he's new at this. You guys don't take anything. But no, it's just I can't take them seriously anymore. So I'm being honest with you, I go off on people online who like have to feel the need to post some kind of Rotten Tomatoes critic. I'm like, listen, man, go watch the shit for yourself and then come back to me. I can't take you seriously if that's all you got to talk about. Stop. Go away. Please.
I feel you. I guess I'll go ahead and give my take, man. I didn't think that it was biased before because I genuinely did not like Batman vs Superman or Suicide Squad.
That's fine, you know.
So at first I didn't think it was biased. Like, man, if they're just bad movies, they're just bad movies, and it is what it is, man. But after freaking Justice League, I'm like, okay. I don't think Rotten Tomatoes is biased because it's just an aggregate. It's just an average of all of the overarching scores. But I do think that there is some shenanigans going on with these critics, dog. Because, like, I heard somebody say it, man. Like, I heard somebody say this before. Like, it's not that Rotten Tomatoes is biased. It's that these critics, man, like, they throw their rubric out of the window when it comes to certain movies. But then when it comes to certain other movies, the rubric is in full effect. You feel me? Like, and I feel like, you know what? That feels like it's accurate, man. Because I feel like when it comes down to Thor, like, I gave Thor a C too. So, so for those of you guys who are like, oh, well, you gave Justice League a C, how dare you? I also gave Thor a C. Because even though Thor Ragnarok was fun, it was an enjoyable movie, it had a lot of things that I feel like, okay, why is that there? That seems like a hole. What is that? You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I feel like when it comes down to, I mean, Thor is a more polished movie. I will give it that. It's a more polished movie than Justice League, but I don't think it's better. And if we're talking about tone and the storyline and all that stuff,
I feel like people gotta stop going to the movie and seeing what's wrong with the movie.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Just go and enjoy it.
But here's the thing, though. I feel like because and Marvel deserves it because they've done such a great job with their universe. They deserve all of the praise that they get. However, because of that fact, they also don't get the rubric thrown at them as much because they have good credit. But when you have like a movie that's made by, or that's a DC movie, the rubric is in full effect. They're graded, like, for example, Thor got great scores. It's an A movie to a lot of people because it was fun, it has jokes, it was bright, it was colorful. And that's cool if you feel like that. But if you also say Justice League is fun, and it's funny, and it's lighthearted, then you
better keep that same energy.
You have to have that same energy. That's the problem. And me as a DC head, I don't really like all that jokey slapstick stuff. I don't mind it unless it's overdid it. Unless it's overdone, like Batman vs Superman, where it's kind of one note the whole movie. But like, I was just telling Bami, I don't know if you were listening in, Anthony, or not, but I was telling Bami, I was like, when it came down to Wonder Woman, I think Wonder Woman did a great job because it was light, it was dark, it had jokes, but the jokes were not slapstick. They were conversational jokes. They were jokes as a result of the product of the situation that they were in at the time. And I feel like that should be the template that they use going forward when they make these movies. So Wonder Woman had a good score because it was just an all-around polished movie. It was a good movie, and I'm not gonna take that away. I'm not gonna take that away from Wonder Woman. But when it comes down to Justice League, it's like, what happened? You know what I'm saying? It's like it had all of those things that y'all say that y'all
under 2 hour thing really hurt him.
I think it did too. It should have been. They should have let it go on longer.
2 hours and 15. That's fine.
Yeah, because like a lot of the slicing, you can tell that there was supposed to be more of what.
Did you see all the scenes they cut out? Because the video songs.
I haven't seen it yet. I didn't even know that existed.
I want to say one thing is, Chris Terrio, who wrote Batman vs Superman Justice League, he should be gone. He's writing Star Wars with JJ. I'm kind of worried about that with episode 9.
Wait, what happened? Say again.
No,
him and JJ is writing episode 9.
Chris Terrio is not the best writer, dog.
Yep. Oh no. I love Zack Snyder, but I think he did 3 DC films. I think it's time for him to go for both sides.
I don't have a problem with.
I like Snyder.
I like Snyder too, but I like he did what he could do. Maybe he want to come back later and write something. I
don't want him to be. I don't want him. No.
What's the guy they replaced?
Hold on,
What's the guy?
Real quick, Anthony. Let me say this before you get into that. Since we talked about Snyder, because I don't want it to be all over the place. I want us to kind of stay. My thing with Snyder, I don't have a problem with Snyder. He's a great director. He's a great action guy. He's a great visuals guy. but it was a mistake to let him be the architect of the universe. They should have let somebody else be the architect of the universe, and then let him go ahead and produce and direct and do all of that stuff.
I don't know, man. I liked Watchmen. I liked Watchmen.
Yeah, I like Watchmen. Everybody loves Watchmen.
But Watchmen is a standalone. I'm talking about a universe. He should not be building up and directing an entire universe. I think that from jump, they should have had Jeff Johns come in and be the architect.
I think Jeff is just a name for the fans to shut up. I don't think he really has that much input.
He didn't until Wonder Woman.
Mm-hmm.
Like he was always there, but he was just there to kind of see, okay, that looks cool, that doesn't look cool. But he was never there to be the build. He was never the Kevin Feige of DC.
Right.
Until Wonder Woman, when they were like, okay, we got to do something different. Jeff, we're going to make you up higher. We're going to put you up higher in the company so you can have more say.
Right.
If they would have just let Jeff come in from jump, because nobody knows DC better than freaking Jeff Johns.
Right.
At least modern DC. I'll say it like that. Modern DC. Okay? He should have been the architect from jump, and then just got a freaking round table of directors like Patty Jenkins, like James Wan, like Zack Snyder to come in and then execute that vision. It should have never been left in Snyder's lap. I feel like that was a mistake because he made it to be what he knew. Watchmen was dope. People like Watchmen. Let's make it like Watchmen. Watchmen is not like the Justice League. It has no bright future. The reason why why Watchmen was so revered is because the storytelling was different than all of the other typical superheroes. It was drab. It was a hopeless world. You know what I'm saying? Around these people, around these characters with people who have these amazing abilities. But you can't do that with the Justice League. They're not the same type of characters.
Yo, someone's going off in the chat though. He's all in all caps.
It's my homie Carl Winslow. That's just how he typed.
I want to say, who's the guy who scored Justice League?
The guy who scored it,
Danny Elfman.
Yeah.
Get him the fuck out of here.
Oh!
If he had more time, here's the thing with him. If he had more time, he probably, because he's done a lot of work and he's done excellent work. But you can tell that when they were making this movie, his score was not the score they had in mind. It was supposed to be whatever Hans Zimmer, whatever, and freaking Junkie XL had in mind. So you could tell that when they did the score for Justice League, you could tell that was not the music they were going to be using previously.
Mm-hmm. And like, it's just, I enjoyed the movie. I seen it twice on Thursday night.
Carl Winslow says Zack Snyder shouldn't be let near a pen. I think that he would be a great visual consultant. That's what I'm saying. He's a visuals dude.
And the next,
it separates from the regular Marvel aesthetic. I agree with that.
If we going off the after credit scene for Justice League, it's gonna be Justice League versus Legion of Doom. I'm trying to think to myself who would be a great director. I don't want Joss Whedon because I feel like he could do Batgirl. I think he finally do Batgirl.
Yeah, he could do Batgirl. That's fine, but I don't want him to do no major.
I want somebody. I want Justice League. I want Justice League 2 to be grounded. Like grounded, not far as tone. Talking about like fighting hand-to-hand combat for each hero.
More choreography, yes.
Yeah, I think Cheetah should be part of Legion if they don't use her in the Wonder Woman movies.
They had to have Vixen then.
No, Cheetah the villain.
They're not gonna introduce Vixen like that. If Vixen's gonna be like a down the line thing if they do it.
Yeah, I don't know who they're gonna get for Superman though. They got Deathstroke for Batman. They're probably not gonna use Black Manta.
I could see them just doing Metallo. He's a yes man for Lex Luthor.
Oh,
anyway.
that's true.
Yeah, Metallo is the only one who could really get to him because he could kill this dude.
Right, Black Manta has been cast in Aquaman, so we don't know if he's going to live or die. One thing about DC movies, they don't kill their villains unless it's Zod or somebody.
They shouldn't have killed Zod. I hope that some way he's like actually not dead.
Yeah, and it's just I'm trying to think to myself who would be a great choice for Justice League 2.
We're gonna talk about that. Let's talk about that now. Let's do this. All right, so let's do this. Let's do this since we own it. What should DC or the DC universe, cinematic universe, whatever they calling it these days, do going forward? Bami, I'm gonna let you start first. What would you like to see going forward, man?
Okay, so one I'm totally backtracking on a whole lot of things. One thing that people realized when they tried to make Superman more of a family guy, I guess is the best way to put it. Is they had like there needs to be more interaction with the public. That's that's the big thing with Justice League members. Like they're not just they're gods because of how powerful they are, but they try to be humans. That's the thing. So we need to have more interactions with civilians, with people, not just Lois Lane and Martha. No, we need to see more interaction with the world. We have to make sure these people, like the world knows who they are.
They did a little bit of that with Wonder Woman, and I thought that was good.
I want to see them working side by side with like civilians, with people, to make it feel like they're really part of that universe and not just shadowy figures.
Not just these gods hovering over the world.
Yeah. Of course, I want more superheroes, of course, but I also want them to have equal screen time and not just rushed in like, oh, we had Green Lantern's John Stewart, but he's here for like 5 minutes and then he's gone and blah blah blah. I don't know. Like my man here said, I want to be more grounded. Whatever comes forward, I want to be more grounded, but at the same time, I guess I'm going back on my man Snyder. Not as serious and drab. There's gotta be some lightheart. There's gotta be some lightheartedness. There's gotta be some heart to it.
Because that's always been one of the things about the Justice League is they give you hope.
Yeah, that's it. Hope. So that's our hope.
Not a big deal.
All right, what about you, Anthony, man?
I want them to take their time on scripts like they've been doing with the standalone movies, especially for like the big team up movie like Justice League. I think Gotham Sirens still on. I think they're taking their time. I just want good quality movies. I don't care what kind of tone, as long as it fits, then it's a great movie. The characters. And I just want more consistency from the critics and like.
Oh God, good luck with that one.
You can't control that though. You can't control that.
Good luck.
And I don't want them mandating movies got to be under a certain time, like maybe under 2:30, of course, because that's like you could 2:30 is like the minimum for theaters, like the highest. Yeah. But come on, under 2 hours for a big team up, no. Yeah. That's not gonna work. And I just want them to like keep building like the warehouse like Marvel has, when they could write a script in 8 months and shoot it another 8 months and be out in 3 months.
So you want them to have like their own like studio?
Basically, that wouldn't be a big deal for Warner Brothers.
I don't think it would either. I'm just asking.
Put DC, put Jeff Johns as Kevin Feige. Say, let's do this. What would it take to make a live action this and how long would it take?
Yeah.
You know, and what they did with Wonder Woman, Aquaman, they hired like 3-4 writers. 4 year write your own scripts. We're gonna take the best one. And don't make everything so tied in. That's what I love about Wonder Woman.
I love that.
And you knew it was in the same universe. Maybe an Easter egg here or a mention here. Wipe your hands with it. Do your own thing. I think they did. I think they're gonna let James Wan do that. And
that's why I have high hopes for Aquaman.
Yeah, and like just get the ball rolling on your movies, because Aquaman shot in the can. That's done. You got Shazam, but we don't have a release date for Suicide Squad 2, Green Lantern, Cyborg. Just it's time for you to keep these movies rolling. You could shoot 2 or 3 movies at the same time.
Yeah, I think they're doing it now, to be honest.
Yep, and
I think that Justice League was a hurdle that they had to get over to start a new vision.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people is like, oh, they need a reboot. No, they don't need a reboot. Keep doing what you're doing.
Focus on the standalone movies right now. I can wait till 2020 for Justice League 2 if necessary.
Exactly.
I can wait.
And people act like the Marvel Cinematic Universe was 100% when it came out. No, they had to get better with time too.
Exactly.
Hey, they almost went bankrupt with Iron Man 2 until Disney bought them. Nobody gonna talk about that.
That's what I'm saying, man. So people need to stop putting that. I really wish people would stop saying that, because I know that these execs and stuff, they see that. Stop saying that mess, man. Stop saying mess like they need to reboot or they need more jokes, because that's why we got some of the nonsense in Justice League, man, because people telling them all this crazy stuff because they want them to be like Marvel. No, let them be their own stuff. Like, that's why I liked Wonder Woman, because Wonder Woman was a DC movie. through and through. It wasn't trying to be like Marvel. It just wanted to be what it was, a Wonder Woman movie. And I think that Aquaman is going to be the same thing. It's just going to be an Aquaman movie.
I see they about to cast Nightwing. They got an open cast. I'm pretty sure they got the script already in mind. See, that's what I'm talking about.
Or is it for the Titans show? Because
no, the dude's Titan. He already got cast. I forgot the dude's name.
I don't think so. Are you sure?
Yeah, because then and I think it's like a movie don't need $100 million budget. You could make a Batman movie or $50 million.
True. Especially if they go the detective route, you don't need a big budget for them.
It's Batman. You're gonna make your money back.
That's true.
All right. So this is what I want them to do in the future, man. I really do think that Justice League was the end of an era. Mm-hmm. Even though it was bad and it had, some bad things. It has some good things too, but I think that this is the end of an era, which is basically the Snyderverse. Whether that's good or whether that's bad is up to you. But I think that it is the end of what they were trying to do originally. Right. And then going forward is going to be the template that Wonder Woman set. Because I think, and a lot of people are like, oh, well, Justice League did bad, and then we got to wait almost a year for the Aquaman movie. To me, that actually is going to work to their benefit.
Because it give people a breather, getting its bad taste of Justice League out their mouth if you didn't like it.
Exactly. It gives everybody a time to recuperate. And then once we get the next DC film, which is Aquaman, people will be reinvigorated again. They might be hopeful again after being burned by Justice League.
Jason Momoa gonna have his shirt off 5% of the movie.
And everybody likes Jason Momoa. Men like Jason Momoa. Freaking women like Jason Momoa. He's gonna be the palate cleanser going forward. So I'm kind of happy that we're gonna have that year until Aquaman, and I really do think that Aquaman is gonna have that Wonder Woman feel. It's gonna be a complete film. It's gonna have time to get all of the little kinks and stuff out of the way. It's gonna have a good script. It's gonna be one which I believe that James Wan and Jeff Johns have been working together the same way Patty Jenkins and Jeff Johns have been working together closely to make sure that this movie is the way that it should be done.
I just want to see Black Manta suits in live action.
Oh you know that's gonna be lit, bro.
There's a rumor saying he looks just like him. It's just like the comic.
Great. Why you got me thinking about that now? That's gonna be tight, bro. That's gonna be so tight. And then based off the end credit scenes from Justice League, that gave me hope. Mm-hmm. Like especially the Flash and Superman, like the Man of Steel 2. Man of Steel 2 is gonna be tight. If we get the Superman that we got from Justice League,
yes.
And I knew Henry Cavill could do it. I knew he could.
Yes, he can.
It's about what you. It's all about he's an actor. He got to do his job. It's about what you give him to work with.
Exactly. If you give him the material to work with, he can do it, and he proved it in Justice League. Like I knew he would. I knew
Hope and Justice. Oh, they gave me chills.
Hope and Justice.
Yo, when he came in, he's like, "Yo, is this guy still bothering you?" I was like, "Oh shit!"
When he came in with the Hope and Justice, that was tight.
I thought he was gonna say it in an American way. I was surprised he haven't said that. Haven't said. It's like. He felt like Superman.
It was a good corny.
Yeah, good corny.
Good corny. I loved it. When he
like him and Cyborg.
Like, I believe in truth. I was like, yeah.
I thought he was gonna come in and punch him in slow mo the Zack Snyder way. They probably reshot that and had him do that way.
Well, I believe.
That'd be cool too, my opinion.
And I also believe in justice. You're like, yes. That's the corny Superman we love. But before I talk about what I want to see further from the DC cinematic universe, let's talk about Cyborg real quick. We all black. We understand what Cyborg really means as a black character. A lot of people didn't really expect much from Cyborg. They thought he was going to go in and be mad serious and be basically the Terminator or RoboCop or something like that for the Justice League. But Cyborg really surprised me.
Yes.
I want him to I hope that his standalone movie is not off the table, dog. I want to see a standalone Cyborg. Ray Fisher's a
I don't know none of his villains.
Here's the thing with Cyborg. Cyborg is relatively new. And you know that because you read comics like me. He's relatively new. So they could build him from the ground up and it would be tight. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like a clean slate. And I like what they're doing with Cyborg and his standalone comics. And A movie would be tight. I want to see more of Ray Fisher. Whether they do a Cyborg standalone or they do a Teen Titans movie.
Get F. Gary Gray to direct it.
Who?
F. Gary. He directed Friday. He directed Last Fast and Furious. He directed Straight Outta Compton.
I don't know. Can he do superhero though?
I'm pretty sure he did the Italian Job, the one with Mark Wahlberg.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
What's my man's name? Antoine Fuqua. They can get him.
Oh, the dude who was supposed to do. No, actually, that's a different dude.
He did Trinidad. He did the Magnificent Seven. He did The Equalizer.
So would this be like are we trying to make this like a black movie? Like
no.
Okay, they did it with Black Panther.
Like, I mean, yeah, they're doing it exactly.
Ryan
doing a Black Panther.
Why not Cyborg?
Okay. I never gave it that thought.
Because here's the thing with Cyborg that a lot of people don't really realize. There's a huge connection between Cyborg as a character and then his connection, kind of as a metaphor for his blackness. He's a man who cannot hide who he is, period. Just like if you black, you can't hide being black, dog. You just black, and the world sees you for who you are. So if they were to do that, that would be tight.
They don't have to get a black director.
They don't have to get a black director. They can get anybody. Cyborg can do either way.
It's like, say if they made a Static movie,
no, they have to be black.
That has to be,
because Static is very related to black, the black American experience.
Yeah, and but Cyborg, Ray Fisher, he's gonna be in everything Warner Brothers movie because that's one of the most. He gonna be Warner Brothers gonna put him in damn near everything.
Ray Fisher is tight.
They're gonna put him in something to keep him busy, make sure nobody else, no studio, get him locked up for a while. Because he came from Broadway.
I wish, and he showed it, bro. I wish that they would have gave him more drama because when he was talking to his daddy, if you know the backstory of Cyborg and his daddy and him, they don't really get along. It's a lot of tension there.
You're not a monster. It's funny that you think.
Yeah. I was like, oh shit.
Who he gave the drama, and I loved it. I need more. So, like I said, I don't know if they do a standalone Cyborg movie, or if they find a way to maybe do a Teen Titans joint where they focus a lot on his backstory in the midst of it all. I just need to see him.
I think Cyborg gonna stay with the Justice League if they do that.
Sometimes he bounces back and forth. Sometimes he'll help the Titans, and sometimes but he's more of a Justice League character.
I'm telling you that all the pieces to the universe is there, man. You just gotta line it up, put the pieces. It's there, man.
Let's see.
What?
It can be done by I can't say this man's name, but it's the same guy who directed Dope. Rick from
he was supposed to do the Flash movie.
He was supposed to do the Flash movie, and I was actually kind of excited about that because I kind of liked his visual style.
And I woke up one day on Twitter and seen the bad news.
Yeah, that was kind of disappointing. But he could do Cyborg. I would be down for that. But whoever does Cyborg, I don't care who. I feel
like David Ayers to get another shot because they only gave him 6 weeks to write the Suicide Squad script, and he got to direct. I think that wasn't fair. So I think Gotham City Sirens would be perfect for him.
Yeah, he could do Gotham City Sirens. They just need a better script and more time to do everything and develop everything.
Who directed Suicide Squad 2? And it's the accountant director?
David Ayer directed Suicide Squad.
No, I'm talking about 2.
Who is directing Suicide? I thought it was David Ayer.
No, it's the guy from the accountant who directed the accountant.
Who?
You ever seen the movie The Accountant with Ben Affleck?
No, I haven't.
It's that director.
Mm-mm.
I see. You got to give everybody a chance to come directing nowadays.
I don't know, man.
Because
I didn't say no. I'm not very familiar.
The guy who directed Amazing Spider-Man, he only directed commercials.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Gavin O'Connor is the Suicide 2.
Yeah.
Oh.
David O'Connor. Did y'all?
Yeah.
Are we gonna talk about Punisher or just?
I already talked about Punisher and people ain't seen it, so I didn't want to get too much into it. But before I get out of here, because I'm actually gonna end up just ending the stream because I've been on this joint for 2 hours. But what I really want to see going forward with DC movies is focus more on making the movie what it is. Like trying to make each movie the connective tissue is a big part of the problem, and a lot of people aren't really saying it, but it is a big part of the problem. And you know, like some time ago, they did say that they were gonna step away from that a little bit and kind of focus on just letting each movie be what it is. And like how
that's what they said. Like when they said like, oh, some superhero movies are just superhero movies. That's all we want. We don't want no Oscar type worthy, super deep story.
It doesn't have to be connected to the other movie. Just be like Wonder Woman, where there's some little references so you know they're in the same universe.
I think Shazam gonna be like that.
Oh man, I can't wait for Shazam.
Shazam gonna be tight.
Yeah.
But yeah, Shazam is going to be its own movie. It's going to have some references to like maybe Superman, because you know Billy Batson looks up to Superman.
Right. One thing about Shazam is the actor who plays Shazam when he's grown, he don't look that buff to me. Well, like maybe he's gonna have a muscle suit.
Have you seen what Henry Cavill looked like before he became Superman?
But you gonna do it in like 2 months?
Bruh, they do it all the time.
They'll make it work.
They do it all the time. I mean, they could just give him a suit, you know, a padded suit or something like that.
Oh no, that's Superman Returns. No.
But they can make it look dope. Batman has a padded suit. What you mean?
But Ben Affleck is like generally a muscle bound, somewhat. The guy who played it is kind of skinny.
He's a big dude. I mean, I guess I don't know.
I just want more. I can't believe all the DC stuff we're getting nowadays, from TV, video games to streaming service. I can't wait for Young Justice season 3. Can we get a trailer? And we get the big budget movies coming. Besides the movies, what do Marvel got over DC? Because they comics has been trash for a long time.
Nothing really. It's just the movies.
Yeah. Carl Winslow says if they do bring in Teen Titans, the dynamic between Beast Boy and Cyborg will be epic. 2 characters that can hide what they look like. That would be a dope bomb.
It was this scene that said it was cut out in the movie where it's in the Batcave, and Barry Allen looks up at the Robin suit and asks what happened, and Ben Affleck ignores him. I wanted to see that so bad.
That was a cut?
Yeah, they cut that. I think they said it was. I'm like,
I hope it's gonna be an Ultimate Edition because I hope it is. All this shit.
Cause like, I hope Matt Reeves play with Jason Todd and the sidekicks. Cause
can we get a Red Hood story?
That has to be like, cause we went through so many movies without Robin. If you want to count the '90s, go ahead. But I just want a Nightwing. I want to see the relationship between Batman and Nightwing.
They can still establish Nightwing and just kind of give us the backdrop of what happened. They don't have to.
What happened to Wayne Manor? Huh? What happened to Wayne Mansion? And like, it just abandoned. I still want to know what happened.
It's true. It was burned down in Batman vs Superman.
No, before that.
What?
Oh shit.
Yeah, all day. Oh wait, I know what you're talking about. But it's just he just at a lake house. Like, what happened to it? Did Jason Todd do that?
I didn't even think about that. What the freak? Maybe that's just where they were. Maybe that's just where they decided to.
I gotta stop because I'm getting myself hyped.
Yeah, because I don't think it's that. I don't think it's that deep though. I don't think they thought about it like that.
This is the. Oh my god.
Carl Winslow said they're gonna give Zach Levy them supplements. Watch his chest grow 3 sizes. Oh god!
Have you ever watched the show Chuck? That's where Zach Levy is from. He's like a skinny nerd.
Yeah, he's a skinny guy. He was at the premiere, man. I saw. Shout out to Jody's Corner. He was at the premiere, and I'm really like. He's a skinny guy, skinny and tall.
I'm worried about episode 9 though, because Creature.
Don't stop it. Too soon. We have to get through 8.
You got 2 Star Wars people in here, man. Anyway, man,
I really don't care for
Star Wars. I'm gonna go ahead and dip. So yeah, I hope that the standalone movies don't focus so much on being the connective tissue in the future, and they just let these movies be what they are. I think that Aquaman is gonna be dope. I trust James Wan based off of everything that I've seen. Like when they showed the screenshots of the costumes that they're gonna have in Aquaman, I'm like, yep. We're on the right track. I'm looking forward to that. Anybody want to give any closing thoughts about Justice League or anything that you want to say, man, before we get out of here, dog?
Just go see it and form your own opinions. That's all I have to say.
Yeah.
That's it. None of this. Let me wait till Rotten Tomatoes or some dudes say some crazy shit about it and then make a joke. Yeah. No.
I can see if Rotten Tomatoes gave it at least like a 50 or a 60, because it's like, okay, it's I can see that because there's a lot of technical problems with a 30 and a 40. Nah, dog, that's too low for me. Too low. Go ahead.
They got the plan. I just want to see them continue with the plan. Okay, bump. We're still gonna go through.
Yeah,
because I think Legion of Boom would be perfect for a sequel to Justice League. That's perfect.
Yeah, No reboots. Just keep going.
Keep going.
I like the cast.
Just rock
no
with
reboots.
Because everybody you cast as your heroes, everybody loves. Everybody said they all great actors. They all perfect for the role.
Exactly.
Okay, you got
the
that.
casting
Just
is
go.
great. Just keep going. And the Batman thing is iffy because I don't know if Batman's gonna stay because there's this whole drama about Ben Affleck saying he's too old and all this stuff.
I think he's getting tired because Ben Affleck is like Academy Award-winning director and actor. He want to do other things. People keep asking him about Batman. Maybe he's getting tired of.
And then he's getting
people
old
asking
too,
him that.
and the stress that your body goes through trying to be in these roles is like it's a lot.
What's my man's name? Jake. What's my man's name? He was talking about
Jake Gyllenhaal.
I don't know about him as Batman.
Oh man,
I don't know.
As Batman? No.
I thought Jason Momoa could play a great Batman.
Nah. If Jason Momoa was to play anybody except for Aquaman, it would have to be Lobo, and that's it.
I made a status on Facebook saying I think Denzel Washington could make a great Lex Luthor. People laughed at me.
Nah, dog.
I think he could though, as an actor. You give him just
Denzel Washington is a great actor in general, but I don't want to see him as Lex Luthor, dog.
I could see him as Lex Luthor though.
Nah.
Who? Denzel Washington?
No.
Yeah.
As Lex Luthor? How? No.
Y'all laughing now. I can see him as Lex Luthor.
Nah.
Man, Superman.
Nah.
Nope. It wouldn't work. And you're laughing at it too. It wouldn't work.
To be honest, I kind of do want a younger Batman. I'm not even gonna lie.
Yeah.
But I do like Ben Affleck, which is crazy. I'm conflicted.
Yeah.
You know they might put Bruce Wayne on Arrowverse, right?
Because you can tell Ben can't do all this stuff, man. Like his moves was so sluggish.
You know they may put Bruce Wayne on Arrowverse, right?
Why?
They name dropped his name on Arrow.
They did name drop him. They did.
And Superman is on Supergirl. I'm saying, why we can't we? If you truly say if this not connected, it's a totally different universe. Why we can't have all our favorite heroes on TV? Why? You scared they're gonna be better?
Nah, I don't care. I don't care. Whatever they do on TV is what they do. I don't care about that. I don't really care about them trying to be the connective tissue. I think that makes it muddy, and then directors are restricted for what they can do because they're worried about, okay, what is TV doing? What are the movies doing? I think that's stupid. Don't do that. Let them do what they do in movies, and let them do what they do on TV. I don't care about that. Anyway, y'all, I'm gonna get out of here. Thank you guys so much for watching. Anthony, final thoughts before we bounce.
Thanks for having me, Nia.
No problem. We've been meaning to do this Rebirth podcast, and we never got to it.
I was trying to talk to you for a while, but
I fell off.
Busy.
when I started working at this school, like my life just got considerably busy. So
I start reading comics on my phone now. Don't cuss me out, but it's just easier for me sometimes.
It's easier to catch up when you can just have it at your fingertips.
When you are a full blown adult and you work a lot.
It's hard. That's why what I did, I just went back. I got volume 3 of Hal Jordan and the Green Lantern Corps because like
they still get their money.
There's no way I can keep up with every single issue. There's no way. So I just have to buy the volumes when they come out when they're finished.
You go. I gotta go. I'm gonna buy this. I'm gonna go to the store and buy Doomsday.
I'm definitely getting Doomsday Clock, but I think I might wait for that volume to come out too. I think I'm gonna wait for the whole book to come out. Because trying to keep up with single issues is hard when you work 2 jobs.
Yeah, I just want to say thank you for having me. Shout out to Finn28187. So wait, we got like 3 weeks of Star Wars, right? So
I'm losing my mind. I just hope it's good. I feel like
it seems better. JJ episode he regret not signing on because the script is that good.
I'm just hoping that like they really push it forward with this one.
One thing, can I ask, are y'all getting anything for Black Friday? I'm trying to get like all this. I'm getting Supergirls.
I want to get for
probably gonna be all like DVDs before.
Probably some games or some shit.
Yeah, I'm talking about like from the DC.
I play on PC, so I always get deals. I don't really care.
Me too, though.
That's keeping it real, though. That's keeping it real. Like the games that be coming at it like $60 or something like that on PC, them joints.
I really want to know what's Rocksteady next game. I hope it's a
Superman game. I hope it's a Superman game.
But how do you do a Superman game though?
You can do it. You can do it. You need
that.
I have some ideas. The
flying gotta be right. Like everything gotta be right.
What are they doing the Aquaman game?
The order was an Aquaman game for GameCube. It was terrible.
I'm talking about like the Rocksteady. You know how Spider-Man's getting done?
There's only certain comic book characters I feel like translate to video.
Wonder Woman. It could be Cyborg.
A woman. I'd play a Wonder Woman game. That's for sure.
A Wonder Woman game could be like a beat 'em up or something like that. Kind of like
a Black Canary.
Batman. Black Canary is tight. She's tight in Injustice too as well.
Yes, she was my main for a good while until I realized
she's dope.
She was rough to use.
Dope. Shout out to Injustice too, man. That's a dope game.
Yeah, that was a great game. I love it.
All right, y'all. I got a dip. It was good talking to y'all.
Thanks for having us.
No problem. Hopefully, we get some Aquaman trailers or something we can talk about later.
A teaser probably in May, probably.
Yeah, we can talk about that, man. Because I know y'all rock heavy with this nerd stuff like I do too. So that's what's up, man. That's what's up, bro. All right, y'all. Thank you guys for sticking with me. It's been 2 hours. I know we dropped a lot of people because they didn't want to be spoiled. That was a good choice. So yeah, man, make sure you give this a like. Make sure you give it a share. Thanks to everybody again for coming through. My boys Bami and Anthony coming through, chatting up.
My name is Craig Robinson.
Craig Robinson. This dude legit look like Craig Robinson though. It was funny, bro.
I miss my hair.
I'm gonna link y'all to his channel. He legit look like this man. All right, y'all. Peace.